the people, ABC Amba TV, Ambazonia Broadcasting Corporation. The voice of the voiceless, the voice of Ambazonia, connecting the world from Africa. With untold stories, Africa's best.
Good evening, fellow Ambazonians, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to this very important and special broadcast. We're streaming live from ABC Amba TV studios. I would like to apologize for our late coming. It was because of circumstances beyond our control. But thank God we are finally here. In today's discussion, we'll be looking on how and why Ayuk Chris Anu, Cho Ayaba, Marianta, and the so-called Ground Zero commands, their plans to mortgage Ambazonia has met a dead end. We're going to examine how and why it failed even from its start. We've heard utterances, videos, audios, contradictory messages. That is what we're going to examine. I'll tell you to sit down, get yourself ready. In a few minutes, UN Uchiba and War Child will be joining me for this very important discussion. And today is gonna be war. I believe you can see that. We have our sleeves on and we're ready to hit the ball and to hit it really hard. Those of you who are watching us on Facebook and on YouTube, you can start sharing, share very widely to tell somebody that we are live and ready to go. Stay tuned with this beautiful one.
All right, may we share the grace.
May the grace of our Lord be with you in all that you do.
Rocktown in the building.
Rocktown in the building, rich boy on the beach. Ay, 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 ay. Thunder! Ha! Yeah, booby. Woo! May the grace
of our Lord be with you in all that you do.
turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Succeed with all that's fair.
Na, 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 na.
Your labor will not be vain.
His mighty hands is upon you,
Upon you,
and there is nothing.
there's nothing that you cannot achieve.
Amen, amen, oh. Amen, oh. Amen, amen, oh. Amen, oh. Amen, amen. Listen, listen, listen. Let I go follow you, let I go follow you. All about it. Let I go follow you, let I go follow you. Let go bound. Let I go follow you, let I go follow you. If you believe, let I go follow you, let I go follow you. Na 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 na. Yeah 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 yeah. Amen, amen. Carico, carico, carico. Yano berekete, money kill a fe. Me no go down grade. Up, you go. Fly so high like an eagle. Jehovah controller. Amen, amen, amen. You will go so high and everything go to work for you. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Oh, yeah. You shall not die but live long life. I pray for you. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Oh, yeah. Then go they try, then go they fail. You go they go, you go they come. Now the grace of God they carry you go. Let the grace of be with you in all that you do.
Be with you in all that you do.
You are successful.
With all that's
Your labor will not be in vain.
labor will not be vain.
His mighty hands
Upon you,
and there is nothing.
there's nothing that you cannot achieve.
Amen, amen, oh. Amen, oh. Carico, me I no better kete. Money kill a fe. Me no go downgrade. Up, we dey go. Fly so high like an eagle. Jehovah controller. Amen.
Fellow Ambazonians, ladies and gentlemen, dear country people, once again, you're welcome. While we're waiting for Chiba Nelson and Warchai to connect, let's have a reflection. And I like all of you watching. Make sure you do at least 200 shares. Share not just on, don't share only on WhatsApp for share on every group you belong on Facebook. Keep sharing and sharing on Facebook. Every time you make a share on Facebook, you give a chance for at least 5 persons within your catchment to be informed that there's something important, because the fact that you're able to share, you're able to like, you're able to comment, you're telling the community, Facebook community, that whatever is happening now is important. And you know very well that we are in an era that we are fighting a media war. It's a media war where you have the Facebook customization has been so politicized. Yeah, it is the piper right now. If you can pay Facebook, you can block anyone. And so governments are taking advantage of the so-called Facebook community rules and laws to victimize or to oppress minority groups of people like us, people that have been enslaved and colonized. That's what they do. If not, how do you explain some things that will happen? You have Chris W.J. Roberts in Canada would send out an article that is contradictory, a calculated manipulation, misinformation. He sends that out and then we debunk it. Our debunk is actually blocked. But according to Facebook, misinformation is a breach of community rules. So how come they did not identify that was misinformation? It only explains one thing. It's a conspiracy. I'm not saying that Mark Zuckerberg most certainly is aware of this, but then it's an organization and it is managed based on regions. We are also told that Ebulu has been employed by Facebook to manage the region that we are, the South African region, that Ambazonia is there. So you realize the word Ambazonia is a tag word that is targeted. Now we make a post on something and they want you to believe that it can go viral. But my country people takes it and post it in their fake accounts and then it goes viral. That explains a lot. Why is it that when we post it, it doesn't go viral? At least 80% of every Southern Cameroonian born follows our information somehow. Some, they don't mind when they pretend on social media and act as though they are not interested or they are disinclined. Forget it, they watch it. At home front, we get sufficient feedback. Almost every home in Southern Cameroon, in fact, they are making sure that they can beam our channel. And we're watched across Africa. We're watched across the world. And I just want to announce to you, by January, we'll be in Roku TV and in Amazon. We are already making arrangement towards that. So we are unstoppable. They cannot limit us. It is a vision for Ambazonia. It's a vision that you have to be a part of it. History will hold you accountable. In fact, what will you tell your progenies that you did during such a time if you're not a part of this media war? We cannot allow them to stop us. And you must understand this. Nobody can tell our story better than us. Even those who have I've read a lot of books, researchers coming, reading books and interpreting the history consciously their way. You will not imagine a renowned writer in West Africa documenting the immediate causes of the war. And the person said, the war is as a result of armed groups. I'm like, so if I was born 20 years later, this is the history, this individual. I wrote to him because I was doing one of his papers. I wrote to him. And initially when I wrote to him and I told him that there are some facts that were, now I don't want to call his name now, but one of these days I'm going to call his name if he does not send out the rightful information. He might claim that he doesn't have sufficient information. Every available data has been given to him. He's a renowned writer. This shows that he has been paid and bribed by La République du Cameroon. So I told him that the things he has published is not accurate. And so he said I should give him the facts. I gave him the facts and I've been trying to follow up. And I've told him it's not a threat. I've sent him a message and I said that I'm going to take on him in the nearby future aggressively on social media if he does not revise his paper. Because he's an international lecturer in major universities. You cannot just lie. You cannot just say something that is not true. If you read the paper, how did I come across this paper? It's a part of a project which I'm doing, the UN resolutions of conflicts in Africa vis-a-vis the war in the Cameroons. And this man, if you read the document that he has published in universities, main universities in Africa and in the world, about what happened in 2016, 2017, it can only be witchcraft. That paper should not be authorized in any school. It's not possible. British Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians, before 2018, never ever picked up guns for any reason. And by early 2018, they really even didn't have guns. We went back, our people went back, our brave restoration forces, our brothers and sisters went back into our grandparents' home. They went into homes. They started with stones. Now, migrating from peace plans into stones, into cutlasses and knives, in the face of sophisticated military weapons from the Zakawas and the Bolos that were sent to come and kill every living soul that will contest their agenda. So how can somebody documenting this, at least it would have been fair for you to say, after having been radicalized, it would have been fair for anyone to say that, okay, the people were radicalized and then they picked up weapons. That is fair. But for you to say that there is a conflict now because we picked up weapons, that's very unfair. And lots of other things that were said there. And when you want to talk about literature review and you start asking people, okay, let's put the things in context and in perspective. Why do you call us separatists? Why do you choose to call our people? Why have you opted to call us cessationists? What are we seceding for? Because the responsibility of every scholar before writing a story, your responsibility is to investigate facts, at least the basic facts. There's a lot of documents that have not just been written by Amazonians. Kasana Yangwe has close to 10 books, really good books, that brings historical facts, and these are not facts that have been contested, but they are so shameful and they are so glaring that you would have French President Macron will come and tell these guys, listen, hey, this thing is such a truth that I will advise you guys to rewrite the history. I think the first thing, if what they were teaching prior to this time, if it was true, the first thing they would do is to, okay, debunk the lies that we are now saying. Okay, perhaps they should tell us there is nothing like Article 1608 or Resolution 1608 XV Article 5 that stipulated that two parties, the two nations, must agree before any action is taking place. Unless they should come and tell us we're lying by saying that the UN General Assembly, in April 21st, 1961, voted for the independence of Ambazonia. At least they should come to tell us, define to us, based on what parliamentary document did President Biya in 1984 arrogantly, categorically dissolve a union that has failed. That's a union that has failed. How did it happen? So Ambazonians, if you look critically, you realize, okay, I can see Nelson Ochimba is connecting. Perfect. I'm going to get him up very soon. If you look critically, the status quo, the very wonderful history of Ambazonia from 1961 into this present day that we speak, you realize that the oppressors, the colonizers, are recycling the same strategy to stay their hegemony. Always getting in to our circles, intimidating some, manipulating some. I'm sure some of you have seen a video of this guy out there, Witty Ministry. I don't want to comment on it for very strategic reasons. We have to try to mellow down on some things and avoid victimizing our own. But that tells you something. It tells you the system that is in place, the cruelty in the system that's in place, where people, it's like the fear that was in Peter. And Jesus told him, you're going to deny me 3 times. He didn't believe. But what did Jesus do? He still loved Peter, and they were still messing him with Peter. You see, Peter came like this, for those of you who have read the Bible, and denied Jesus because of fear. Fear. And fear comes sometimes because of the kind of understanding people's minds. Because you ask yourself sometimes, what were you afraid of? When you think about this young man in Kokitunja that started with knives, confronting an army, what was in his mindset? There was an information that was beyond fear. Information. And that's why they don't want this TV, because we are soaked up in that vision to make sure that we invest in our people the knowledge, the information that they deserve. I'll be back with Nelson Ochiba in a few minutes. Keep on sharing and stay tuned. Yes, my brother, good evening and welcome. It's been long coming. Salute country
Yeah,
people.
salute you, Director.
Yeah.
I hope say all man they fine for that side and for home front and everywhere in the diaspora. Uh, well, we dey always talk say it be better for late than never. We dey want come for try for explain a few things them for Ambazonia people, just for they give them interpret how people where they claim say they be now their leaders, they dey operate some hidden things and where they pass for down because we know say we're there for problem today because we papa and be go for Fumban, they not be really examine themselves like how we want try for do them today. So that means some person you know go sell away or you go make another Fumban too or whatsoever. And they already try and everything that they try it fail. And we understand say the way French person they work now say when it would do something, if you just give break, it send some information outside for see if the population it will welcome them. If the population not welcome them, they wake up, they change them or they distance themselves from all those things. What way it matter? Now say a true driver where the driver go for some place. When it dey like inside aeroplane, when you get turbulence where it dey for front, it will inform people say turbulence dey for front. No be na say it will go past that go one place before you can tell say me you put your seat belt. Like two way happen for Canada, the only person where it be warn people about it, it been an interim government where they put out a preemptive statement about what way it began for be for Canada. All the other people they not be put any statement because now them they be for they for the participate. Now so it get for B. If we papa and the bureau no, they for also put out a position statement like what way the interim government be put on before they go for Fumban. They be go for Fumban, they not be get that kind of statement for outside. And why that La Republic a use opportunity on top them, it can't talk say, oh, they be agree, or they not be agree, or they be do so, or they not be do so. So any person therefore know say La Republic it fear with today because it not get a written document where they call and say um, a union treaty. So if today some person can talk say, oh, it be deny Canada, if it debunk what be there for Canada, how you would take and put them inside archives? Inside which library you go put them? Say you be debunk them when you talking for voice. You be able to come out with a written statement, sign and put your name for day and a date, so that that information, person where it will can replace you or any other office, they will go for it, they will see it there. And I will see say interim government, it will can sign a document, send it for United Nations, send it for the whole countries that they do for the whole world. Then you can't stand for television like me. You can't talk say this so after I talk say I be deny wait we go for Canada. Wait till you be the wait. You know be no say the TBB. And the irony now say you don't still come again, they give all the details for which way they pass for there. How you do get the details if you know they participate for the thing. You get where you know they participate for the. So Ambazonia we get for be very wise and we get for understand say diplomacy, no be not way the worker with telephone calls. Diplomacy na thing wey it work with written documents. Some documents them they fax them, they send some through like telegrams them, they send some so through emails them. Now why that wanna be here, Hillary Clinton we get problems with email them. They said he get problems with email. When another year say we get problem with telephone, when another year say Donald Trump we get problem with telephone, they talk say we get problem with document because written document where you put them for down there. Now a document where even something happen, you know, there for that office tomorrow, the next person who will come for the, it will take them, it will know which way we talk, and will start from there for the proceed for beginning to go forward. Me some person not talk say, oh, if you record them for your telephone, if your telephone lost, you will do it. If your telephone, the TV phone, you will do it. So now the thing we will tell with people, them Ambazonia people, Say the righteous people where they do things them, they not get for the do things them like in the background like La Republic, where everything they plan them like say na devil where they work for nights. They not be tell you you know exactly where it happen. The reason that because it get a hidden intention where it there for the hidden agenda. And all of you people, when they listen for these people, they don't go for Canada, for go sell on. They never tell on wait, will be sponsor the Canada, wait to be the agenda, and how much they pay for them. As a result, you can see and I say the next thing, now say fighters that would they die, population they would they kidnap them, do all those kind of things. Because now individuals and they go there, they not go there as a government, they not go there as a country, Ambazonia, they go there for their own self-interest. So we could strive for it, broke this thing small for them. Thank you, Party.
Yeah, I think so that one being a better introduction where you don't really give them, and the way you take compare the past, present, and then predict the future. It be so interesting. But I want to take them small. You mentioned about somebody to give explanation. I understand. Say this individual don't send out an audio. I choose to not listen them because, in my opinion, most of the time they talk a lot of jargon. If you put a lot of things together, you never see one person for one speech contradict itself 4 or 5 times. Like you rightfully talking, we would expect say a group where you call them say interim government be supposed to don't send out a message. And we even get back to the basic. These na people way the man way even tell every a man for talk spokesman or communication secretary for interim government. If we can make a contradictory statement about Swiss-led mediation, we not consult cabinet. You not even consult, you know, be a member of Team Ambazonia. The video, I don't know if I will remember, say this thought for come my mind, I will even bring that video, me Ambazonia and watch. Like communication secretary, you will get a personal opinion, but you need to consult government because government maybe na active. This man we don't look up always talk na the way fine. You remember the talk way he talk against, he talk like say maybe na Ayaba. We mean say from the onset, his spirit never day in the Swiss process. Now a process that way to the basic like President Sakobi talking for address to the nation for 1st October last year, not day one this year. He said for the history where Ambazonia get up, the Swiss-led mediation process or negotiation process will be the closest platform where the international community will don't grant the peoples of Ambazonia ever in our history. And you will get the fact because for the very first time, you will get a platform where Ambazonia be supposed to can she don't talk with Cameroon like equals. It never happened for Fumba 1 and 2. It never happened for Fumba 3 now for Canada. Even which way that they do now for Canada. Now, so now Diongute as would hear. Will not be confirmed because we never did it. Would hear say Diongute na he organize them, then handpick them. So una can listen. So now some critical thing you will hear to hear this man talk. I want me to talk in specific terms. I wish you there I would try for a listener. You send them for me now, make a try for a listener so that I even comment. Tell me specifically some of the things that we talk, and I hear say you say contradict yourself. So that make we feel analyze. Ambazonian people will give the phone line so that we have even call. Make we feel even analyze them together. Understand what did happen. I could try for call watch child for know if you join this discussion too. Talk to me, my head.
Yes, what child to come? You don't indicate it comes more time.
Yes.
The things the way that it happen, I say, Ambazonia again for no say we get an international problem with La République du Cameroon, and we be don't talk say we know one way for consider say an internal matter, and say we talk say an international matter where they give us solve inside international community in the presence of a mediator where we also serve as a guarantor. We don't go for United Nations. They not call we say terrorists. They talk say me both factions, being the people where they fight, Ambazonians and La Republic. Me they go solve the root causes. And the Swiss talks a commot. When the Swiss talk a commot, and international community it give endorsement to the Swiss talks, La Republic in an attempt for run from the Swiss talks, and how we say we talk say we want an international mediation dialogue. Where it means say we don't want to talk inside La Republic, we don't want to talk with La Republic, it will be there when Ayuk will dictate the agenda and the rest. For 2019, the same people, why did they make the dialogue, national dialogue, where Ayuk Tabi, it be sign them, endorse them, it give attend them by proxies, and we get the Yeri Madam where they be talk, Ayaba them, and all of these people, and where Minister for La Republic, they be come out, according to Mesanga Nyamding, it talks say they don't come out for Europe, they don't talk with Akwanga, the people with Ayaba and the rest, and they go attend the talks. So now, where they will call some general, that time they will call Orana Ikeku and all those kind of people. So at the same time, La Republic, it try for CMC, if all man not come, what it go do? Now you will go give birth to what they call them say the coalition for dialogue and negotiations. Where they claim say they be neutral people, but whereas they not being neutral, they say they want just gather people together. Even for my media prime, for Equinox, they say even I want gather people together. How come when I use the word end negotiations for this? Even I say when I not be now people when I want negotiate, how when I use the word negotiation? So that coalition for dialogue and negotiations, they bring together lawyers them, like a barrister Ayuk them and the rest. They bring pastors them. They bring a group of people them, like Anglophone elites in brackets. Now for deceive Ambazonia people, say how it go work, me they go agree, say na international issue. They talk now say it go the wholly on meeting now for diaspora. Now they go bring some white man people, fake people that can put them. This one say the ambassador for this one so now. So like how we Tangaji, if you go bring them for Amnesty International for elections. So they go bring those white man people them, they come out with a flyer, and even barrister Ayuk tell me, say they already divide all the function what they do. With the Ayapa every day, Christopher Fominio, then a day for day, and all these people them, with the Dr. Osong and the rest, they did it. So now they put white people there for this, so that when Ambazonia they see white man, they will talk say they think it be international. And because people are for different regions and they did it, people are for different regions. The error where they make them for them, I see, when Ambazonia call and say they want international mediation, they know we talk say international mediation being an assembling of people from different countries. International notion of which way they want them, now see a sovereign state or an internationally recognized organ like the United Nations. Again for B for D, but United Nations, if you don't endorse the Swiss talks and all the rest. So when these people they meet, the outcome what they become for them, they say they want a greater autonomy within one Cameroon. Their major problem, they say they want greater autonomy and peace. And then they go inside the document for full people around for third resolution. They talk now say independence now the only form of government where if we solve that matter. Note, independence no be form of government. Form of government they do with what they call I say centralization, decentralization, federalism, and all those kind of things. Independence it means a sovereign state where it get for peace different. So when they go make this thing, it can fail. Then they don't go national dialogue, it fail. Then they continue now. The people where they will work with them. We hear according to Nick Ngwanyam, it talks about Pobia they cook another dialogue for back, And that dialogue, it will be the final dialogue. Any person where it no endorse him, it will get itself to blame. And waiting it happen from that moment, we start for the year, La Republic ministers them, like a Tangaji, it talks they don't win the war. But now small patches of people the way they still be. So I explain and say, when he said they don't win the war, it means say they don't already get people the way they be fight for Ambazonia on their side. And why that way it can't come out today, it show exactly the same thing. People the way they wake up now, they will fight against the Swiss talk, do everything. People where they will reject La Republic, people where they say they get their own country, their own government, their own everything. Now them today way they go now for an event organized by La Republic. Now they don't start to beg La Republic say for them for continue talks. Me they release Ayuk and Pangalafo and say they so me they form now something of a governing council and this where it be short of a government, short of a sovereignty. 4 characteristics according to the Montevideo Declaration for 1933. It describes what way a state get for be a population, internationally recognized boundaries, government, and sovereignty. Now you don't wake up today, you don't deny your own sovereignty, you don't start to calm down. I'll give example. Chris Anu, for example, they don't make elections. They say they make elections, fraudulent elections, and they voted as who? As president. They voted as president. How many months today? He never signed any document as president. He talks to me, they consider you as a comrade. Even for your own cabinet, he never signed a cabinet, the cabinet put up outside the Senate and say President Chris Anu. Why? Because La Republic don't instruct them, say they don't want to hear anything like the word government. They don't want to hear anything like the word government. And why that you can tell when I for say, he wants to say me on government, me the coin as a comrade, me the no coin as a president. Now, which mandate they be vote Chris Anu on top? They be voting like a president. They not be voting like a comrade. And today, they not be vote Chris Anu like a group. They be voting like a government for a whole country. Where a country if you get a group of association and different people. But he talk now say, it will dissolve your own government. Me, it come down to, let me say, like La Republic government will dissolve La Republic government. It will be equal status. Like Food Cultural Development Association, like Cultural and Development Association, like the Manufacturing and Development Association. It talk now say this should be for that kind of level. Now, when it come from outside today, I don't tell you, say, anybody sign no document where it shows say, now government. Okay. It talk about some talk everything. Today, it don't can talk now, see, something that take place for Canada, for the audio, where it put them. It take place for Canada. Now, man, where it don't can tell me, say, we will take federation. Tumasang advise Ayuk Tabe to so. And they don't wake up now, instead for the negotiate for fight Ambazonia, they give condition where they will say,
you don't call that name too much, we'll go. Yeah. We'll even talk something in that relation, but go ahead.
Yeah. Where will they talk say we want negotiations, international negotiations without preconditions. The precondition where La Republic will say they will talk everything, but not the form of the government. Now Chris Anu now and Ayaba they already give precondition for La Republic, tell them say before they want start for the talk, or I mean for continue for the talk. Me the free Ayuk Tabe, free Pangalafo. You know why? Ayuk Tabe go come out. He say be president. Chris be president. They want to be this. This want to be this. Now they go can't turn us. Me all people they can form like a revolutionary council and they scarf people the way they did with the circumcision, the way they make the APLC. Okay, now the Chris Anu don't wake up for up. He can't talk say this so something they take place for Canada. You know one go for this. Now they already talk about the document where they all write for Canada. That document is only there with the coup plotters, the Marianta, the Chris Anu, and the rest. No man never see them. No man know which way it is inside the document. And it will accord them. They talk how they enter meeting this day, they enter so, and they will still enter different one. What side did they get that information from these people? Then Chris Anu can make a critical error for the audio. He talks. They not even talk about federation. The federation we don't tell me say me will take them. I deny. The federation we too much say me Ayuk Tabe take them. They deny. He said they not even talk about federation. They just want a peace. They just want to say reconstruction. And he talk now see if since they don't want to talk about the form of state, I mean the federation and other things, it would all work it out from the revolution. You understand? That is where there is a critical statement.
Come again. It will
It
walk
will
out
walk
from the revolution.
from the revolution. Yes.
So this man
Yes.
actually, he don't really actually, you know why I pause you? I want to pause some Sarami Ambazonian people, they understand
No,
this
go
talk
ahead.
as
Go
well.
ahead.
Now, this man will be telling us last year, say, he get an agenda, and with that agenda, will be an agenda for distress struggle. You get people where emotionally they never agree with we. If you don't tire, if you don't sell out, we never believe. If you don't start call people, they talk for them one-on-one, say, make we take federation now and then consider independence in future. When you see person, forgive me, say I will quote scripture, but I believe, say, for even for people who be Christian, no document them way it get the content where Bible get a few. Scripture talks, say, holy book talks, say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. He talk another thing against it. He says, a double-minded person is unstable in all his ways. The one are just some basic thing that we don't need to go study psychology for school. For sabi man way na like man. Man way in when you not be honest, your words and actions they need to be stable. That means if today you talk so, that means if you talk 5 sentences, 3 when are the same thing, be different. And we don't see them plenty time with this same individual don't do so. So I want to talk that one of a bring up for link her up with way or Nelson or Chiba the talk now say it. This same man come back can tell we say now people believe so just say we get federation. Now it don't finish the mission where they be sending. It failed for the first one where we been for extinct President Sako. It failed. He succeed. We need to appreciate something. He succeed for take a chunk of noisemakers, not stakeholders. Every stakeholder for the struggle, not be go with you because stakeholder then are people we they think well for become a stakeholder, especially financial stakeholder. You be person way you think responsibly, and I really applaud all our stakeholder the way he stay back with Dr. Sako. So he take a chunk of noisemakers, you get the 9 jobs, them, the pre-J card, and the Akaba, Makola so, their cartel. Any group, any name you want put attach them, na grammar, name will continue with it. He carry them all, go down. He no stay even 4 months. They start chakara for one, for money and for everything. So the truth na say that if folk will be carry up, don't fulfill. Now, if friend them with the help of this one way, don't make himself an emperor. Now the coin is a commenter. Give it title away if you want to say no, the title on a so I know you want that. The two I want another comrade. So if you look this man right now, it look an exit plan of the struggle. We go start talk say. It is so this struggle is not going the right direction. You don't have me on it. And have you write this? Have you tell you the speech ahead of time?
Director, they talk say, you know, Jean-Michel Cancan, il talk say, on ne peut pas poursuivre 2 lièvres à la fois. You know, if you follow 2 things at one time, you know, the entire idea you leave them. Chris Anonubi is the first person for come up for the struggle. Akwanga, it be create LCYL, Southern Cameroon's Youth League. Tawago sell up where he go for Africa. I said he go make diplomacy for James Rawlings. He want go pick envelope for South Africa. Now, so he go say he go pick envelope for South Africa. He will go do so. He go do so. Wait till it happen. It come out now. He can't change the party where it will be Southern Cameroon. He put an say APLM for Africa, all Africa. That means he don't finish. He don't leave his Southern Cameroon again. He don't wake up leave him ago. That is why. It come for the it don't tell you see now just Buhari make him if I don't carry oral leader they go sell for Nigeria and he talk say I mean he signed a ceasefire with La Republic Say me they go back into their barracks. Barracks where? Inside Southern Cameroons. We be talking one free La Republic. Southern Cameroon say me La Republic go back for the boundaries. Now you can't talk to me they go back to their barracks. And the same thing, Chris Anu, he don't wake up for day. Before Chris Anu, Ayaba wake up for day. He never free your own people. He don't wake up again. Go sign an alliance for go to fight with the Biafra people. Say one go help Biafra. And at the same thing, Chris Anu leave ABC television. He say one go to fight now about Africa. Now, when you go for all these platforms, them, you never move bamboo. Stick where it fall for your skin, eroko tree for your skin. You know we call now for the talk say one go Helena different people. Me, I ask Ambazonia people, may they tell me which day where any of them, if you don't talk or condemn anything about Africa. You don't hear Chris Anu talk something about Africa, even for chat, for other kind of thing, for condemn them, for tell them, say me they rise up, me they do so. No, they don't do it. But whenever they go for they will call now start the fight now Ambazonia. So that they will tell the Republic, you know, we are not longer there and all those things. Now, why do you not want this thing? Yeah, tell us something. We be coming from under La Republic because of lack of accountability, transparency, because they want to assimilate us, dictatorship, because of lack of honesty. All those things that will be coming under La Republic. If any person, a belief, say one of these boys, the way we record their names for here, a bit transparent and honest. Tell me how much money Ayaba don't rest them for 32 years. What did he do with them? He said me they not give job for refugees because they are not victims. Because he wants to say me they die. Because the Republic no want to say any person where it work with a give job for refugees. They never only talk only for Ayaba. Every front they be talk say one buy job go give refugees. He say the Republic don't deny the job. Yes. Yes, so all those people, they don't feel want to take care for the refugees, they don't feel take care for all this thing. And then you will go see now them today, the Wiko can't talk, even prisoners, they don't give anything. Whose side they don't make accountability? Whose side they don't even talk transparency? Chris Anu never talk who give you money for you $135,000 US. He never talk how he never talk money for hurricane. Who say it did? Money for prison break. Who say it did? This same Chris Anu, tell what you brother, be one claim say they want to start the fight. It will be against it. Wait till the can tell we they can't do with mafia. Every day they tell we mafia, they don't keep 50 La Republic, 100 La Republic, 200 La Republic. When we ask pictures, images,
no man they see no God.
They go shine for how do they call the place? For Boya. That will for Boya. When we insist, say we want to see those pictures. The next thing I say, La Republic, it don't kill cameraman. Camera, it get 36 films them. How it be say person don't fight for 2 years them, it still get only 36 films. No man no dey for Libya it get telephone where it do all these things them. We see for example, we be get the Boy Warriors, they be did it. I don't know what I will be fight did it before Chacha. Chacha, it be there for day. ADF they go kill Chacha. Boy Warriors, it be remain, they put Esubu. ADF, it go kill Esubu. We still get Boy Warriors a day now under General Talk and Do. Who said the Red Dragons them? Where Ambazonia don't give money for them more than 300 million a day. If they be kill Field Marshal, who said the Red Dragons and day? Yes. When I don't hear say they kill how many of them? They can't lie we say Federal Marshal, they lie we say we will give money, we will pay the beef Marshal ye factory, and they want to do hurricane, they want to do all this kind of thing. Me I ask them say from our village, they say when one job while Mimbo, a boss, country dance they continue. Have come a B say they kill Field Marshal. We know they see the Red Dragons the way they be with them, or even that one for Ayuk. So some of what it make I would really think say if it be in a high classified mafia game where La Republic if you go plant and for project Chris and will project these people that for come up so that they will wake up for up. People that get their give trust for the people, then they will come say people can't take people down. Even commando where they kill you, see them to go sell you for Canada. We still get the TTA the way they there for there. Who said the Red Dragons them there? Me the Libyan people that can't talk. We here because we not really don't trust people them. And tell even this my brother the way they did for DDR. How when I go down for DDR center, when I trust somebody, we say be conduct titles. It come the whole when I make video, the show on our faces, but
Wait,
you
before you
hide
move
the
into
office.
that side, you don't rush. Mo come back for Ayuk. Tabe. You see, say this very Arnold man, I want link him before you rush, go run plenty. I just talk with War China. When I sabi say Ambazonia, some people never to this side country the way
Hey, Bolo.
time the change. When time change, it confuse them. So War China go to join with more time when I just be patient. He get
No,
plenty
director, you know, just give an end for then I say time change. Time not change. Which way then I say watch I it be there for work. I don't want to make a people the way they there for home front. Where when la Republican the fool and I say people have been a jobless people and for America or for this place. Now work schedule too, where people that do they work in order to for draft and all those things them. So me people they take and so.
Good. So it becomes more time. But we'll come back for this discussion. This man be there, we say, make we give. I don't want to call the name. People know where the year know. Make they give power back for Ayuk Tabe. More try for look up. For 1 minute, you will watch me. More try for check see sometime. The man will not repent for a bad behavior. Or perhaps if don't now, because he call himself the whistleblower. Say he call out things that are not fine. The man this way, if we get the worst character for interim government when it comes to intramural activities. If you know something which I talk, I mean personal interaction. He never get respect for president, he never get respect for no man. If he condescend, if he talk arrogantly for woman, he meet up a department maybe where function I destroy him. He be an anchor man show car and go create television. He no left nothing. As you see, as on a failure. Okay. He say more give power, more see some sense, David the team. Okay, Ayuk Tabe be day on time every day, they fine. He try to impeach Dr. Sako, he fail. He try to turn struggle, give Cameroon, he fail. Ayuk Tabe now, it shows say he want me negotiation. People then he and where they come for television. Start tell people, say me they consider say Ayuk Tabe Anyangwe an educated man. Think of how criminal a man like Anyangwe one manipulate Ambazonia never tell Ambazonia says Siko now that kind when I call Mandela for Ambazonia. How on earth Anyangwe never be ignorant of this history? Now you say if you never know say this generation of Ambazonia they not only read, they read fine, understand. So it just one lie. But when they debunk them, we understand say all this one may be a kind of negotiation where Ayuk Tabe don't start talking with Cameroon. Even the negotiation with Cameroon have waiting. Okay, we'll check say based on the speech the way they send out, if he claims say he still an independent, he want the full independence of Ambazonia, that's fine. If he still be say one and I just fear be make you one concede so that they release it because some man be write something talk say woman still young fine, so when you check the thing so he want give up commodity. Contrary to partner, some way don't talk say don't give life. We not don't hear you talk that kind of categorical talk. But more can find more talk say one negotiate now independence. Common sense show say if Cameroon be really one negotiate in genuine independence with you, they know can pick you for Nera Hotel, bundle you for Isam Mukuta back, carry and bring over Yaoundé. A whole lecturer, this a reputable man. This is a man, millions of Ambazonians stood globally and dedicated their lives to him as a president. So Ayuk Tabe is not just a common citizen for society, now a high-level citizen, even in Ambazonia, though he don't mess her up. History could show say he don't mess her up, but now first-class citizen, when a lecturer, he don't work for high level for government, for the colonial government. If he work, if he be a respectable person inside Nigeria and the school where they teach there, we don't even see picture where she done where Atiku, she done with people like Atiku. That's very important. But if people forget this small common sense, say play with Ibi Shidong Cameroon, no be interested for get genuine talk with you. and for act selflessly, like Mandela be act. Be talk anything you want to talk, say when I consult Waters Sisulu. Mandela be tell us, say, hey, when I big thing when I want to have a talk, so Mandela be loved by even the black community in the diaspora at the time because of his resilience and selflessness. He be steadfast. Stand on the way that Sir Joseph for living. He deny. Una sure say people do it talk for some time. We used to say be give up, but at least he won't even give up. He give up when he provide something for Nigeria, for South Africa. For the time when this man enter prison, no make 6 months, don't start make the enhanced APNC. It fail. Why that rush? Now, the 2 1 me I wanna check out. So this notion with some people the check say President Sako no like them. Let me true. When I hear the word we talk about that team, within less than 6 months, President Sako mobilized more than 100,000 US dollars for money today.
125,000.
125,000 US dollars. That's close to
December,
90 million francs
December,
CFA.
December 2020, December 2019.
2019. Now money that way Dr. Sako spend now for find place where Siko dey. We never before know. If President Sako be taking advice for Akuru and the intention them for people like Cho Ayaba, when I see we don't highlight all the names in the white out the column. If you be consider that one, we don't maybe spend that money. The pressure will come from the interim government of Dr. Sako. Now that pressure will make them Chiruma come back for air can contradict themselves. Chiruma for can deny say they don't know anything when they happen. They don't know places it could be. If any might be follow at that time. If we will not be mount that pressure, Nigeria will disappear, Sisiko. Because Nigeria never own up to. Even no media house in Nigeria for the first few days be even talk say they know where it be. The pressure with interim government be mount up. Immediately, less than 24 hours later on, interim government contact one of the best lawyers in Nigeria, Falana. Falana categorically go on air for all media, organize press conferences, warn Nigerian government. Then Nigerian government own up. So I bring all this one as me Ambazonian people understand play will come out, play will day. And this whole talks of would you say Bob Harmony, the claim say the advice Yerima against Swiss-led process. And he try for one talks on talk against the Canada conference. We will come for that one. But I want link this one so that before you want rush to take the go for that.
May I talk something about may I add something about Ayuk for day?
Yeah, go.
If you go for a restaurant where some woman they cook chop for this salon, even you put spice in them for that chop, the chop is smell, the whole market is fine. It is smell. If person is smell the chop, it will come for a restaurant. If you want chop, easy and say you put chop in bitter for that. I mean salt in bitter for the you be back cook. If you born Pekin, it'll be like 18 years. You don't spend millions and plenty money. You still take colors, you cut your head. You be a bad father or a bad mother. This issue where people they want to compare Ayuk Tabe with Mandela. Not going for no, first of all, Mandela be the fight for reforms, internal reforms inside South Africa, and not be the fight now for international reforms with South Africa and different countries. Mandela be go for prison and not be make any effort for divide the party. Instead, it be the work with the people that were there for a party. And Mandela, you woman, it be one of the architects where the worker fight for outside the for the way to Mandela be stand for. The only thing we know about Ayuk Tabe, now see, when they go for the Tabe Yanda and the rest, they go give a woman $50,000 US. Since that they can reach today, we never see him today. The reason being, I say what Ayuk alone, it being as somebody, it define a chop for Ibele. Yes. It be changed. And the woman, it will surely know. Under normal democracy, if we run la republic because of lack of accountability and whatsoever, and you begin for make us know who be the vice president XXX, and then you begin for make me the vice president XXX, you know any meeting we want go there for Naira Hotel with the agenda and everything, so that God forbid if something be happen, now the vice president it will brief people. That means it means you know even trust even your own vice president. It be the work I with some people there with I assume them and the rest of what they do for a corner. For America, Joe Biden not go to attend parties one time with all entourage for the vice president. You know if you go for one play go also, so that in case something happen, one person it will take over. Person they will they take over. Even for shithole la Republic, when Pobia one go for 20 May. The one wake up, you don't give instruction for one of those persons, whether not speaker of this or not this or this. Say in case something happen, you take charge, you take charge, you take command. Why are you Tabi? You not tell with the agenda for Naira Hotel, and when they ask he talks, he don't tell President Sako. He said tell President Sako everything. Luckily enough. Natawe Kuku that blins ibidede and every day inside that meeting and the Kuku that blins a come live he can't talk with you want talk with you Ayuk Tabe be talk now for the he can recount the story say some woman be there if go marry some person and then the mother-in-law begin the bahadi that woman go look marabu say me give medicine me kill that woman me kill mother-in-law marabu go fully give na spices. He go to cook chop the jam for a mother-in-law because if he talk say if you go kill one time they go no so na you cook chop put this thing for there he could die small after 6 months. So when that woman go to cook that chop the jam mother-in-law they chop the over sweet the mother-in-law start the like again that girl now go come now go tell Marabu say no you know want kill the mother-in-law again and the Marabu say no nothing if you do am he tell Marabu say I beg. Then Marabu then review for you say he be give you na spices where friend they call and say condiment. Now from there Ayuk Tabe it conclude talk say me they forget and forgive and move forward. And now you go a bad zongang it can't talk say if they be succeed for prison they be not succeed for convince Ambazonia leader Ayuk Tabe for form a one Cameroon of justice where no man no one for go out there again. Now so now do too if we can't talk. Forget about those things the way you hear about they record this one as a way Bobga. In the early days of the consortium, Bobga and the rest of the consortium members them they go for Ndop for go meet up Alaji Dampolo. He collect bread for ye. The other leaders them they begin to vex with ye. He collect bribe from them from ye. Now ask Bobga. Say, where to be hero? Hero na a leader on only for give advice. When they be catch Ayuk Tabe, they be put them 3-man people delegation. Where to be do? Nothing. It not be do anything. It will only come for us. They quote laws and quote orders in them. Ayuk Tabe, money for Skapak, Milandem, and the rest. Even Nalova, a can't talk will tell within the way happen. He say, me they fix paper for you, me go for Germany. The inter government spend $14,000. They go Germany, the first person we go to talking with them, now Mark Barata. Until because Mark Barata even talk for you, how we get picking with that man where we play, that military person where you don't go for Brazil. He talk now say this so you will get picking with you, he say the picking will come out and whatsoever. He said that one not concern you because the man no want leave any legacy way there for it. Now that way there for it. So we talk some of these things and now for make sure say me people that they see their kind people the way they want claim saying are leaders and people where they do things them for some kind way the way do them. Make some person not can be fool you. You believe say Ayuk Tabe they say independence or resistance forever. Now la Republic agenda that on the 30th of on the 1st of October 2017, Pobia be there for Switzerland. He sending people, they say me they begin kill with people. And at the same time, he write them for Twitter. He talks say this problem don't need no violence, it need no dialogue. It need no dialogue. Person they talk dialogue, but he use na gun. He come back for 1982, I think it was 82 or 84, something like that. No, 1982. He talk for the Bamileke people. Them say on ne doit pas, on ne peut plus rester dans le maquis pour s'exprimer. Say me, you know, she don't for inside bush. Me that maquisade, me they not go she don't for bush. Me any person come for down. Anyone make a person for rigor and moralization. You can't express yourself and all those things. Them. How many people them way the rock kind they put up for prison, including Ambazonians, them only because they will come up for outside for can explain their own opinion. But probably an person when he talks say Cameroon be a democratic country, Cameroon be so, Cameroon is so, it don't like rat where it can't put air for your food, it bite you. So even at the year now, action speaks more than words. Make you not begin to hear some person who can't talk say Ambazonia. You be Ambazonia. I don't hear Pangala for can't talk say where they blame me how it is support me they make division. Pangala for talk say me they look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture say now Ambazonia. Okay, me ask them where to be a bigger picture. Ambazonia and a nation. More talk say now a story building where we want build them and with the struggle say we will build them. You they raise you for that side. People don't build a reef for number 4 floor, number 5 floor. So man come again, it can't chakara. Then you want complain, say, harder man don't can chakara this thing. Then different man come in for they can talk, say, no, begin looking at the bigger picture. We not feel the toss with the fight Ambazonia. When I go to kidnap with people, when I go to form unity warriors, the key fighters, when I go to do all these kind of things, when I fight against the Swiss talk say they give one a bullet, when I will kill Dr. Sako, when I will kill Keme Ashu, when I will kill this one, then when I forget La Republic. And when the one can talk, when I say any my opinion matter, any my this thing is difference in opinion and all those kind of things. Them. So me personally, me do not take the person who can talk say, oh, Ambazonia, freedom forever. I don't tell and I don't explain for Ambazonia people. Say resistance or freedom or resistance forever. That one is not to describe Ambazonia. No Ambazonia again for you use that word for your mouth. Say freedom or resistance forever because it not get nothing to do with Ambazonia. Wait till you go talk now say either Ambazonia or not La Republic. Ambazonia forever. Because if you can talk say resistance forever, freedom or resistance forever, you never associate yourself like Ambazonia. That is why you see some people, they say they be in a southern Cameroonians, but they not be in Ambazonia. They not be Ambazonia. Because if you talk say freedom and resistance forever, freedom of what? Freedom of expression, freedom of movement, freedom of culture, freedom of practice, freedom of worship, freedom of all those things. Them where na internal matters, them where any country in the world it defends them. Even inside America, where it be a democratic country, you will still see religious people and where they do for their people, where they get their own kind of practices, Black Lives Matter and all those things, and internal reforms. Like for come to where they talk, say they get for march, they don't get for catch them, they get for do so, they get for do so. That is what they call freedom or resistance forever. Resisting within one Cameroon. In our own case, you must identify yourself and say that La Republique should withdraw to her 1st of January 1960 boundaries. Either Ambazonia or resistance forever. Don't come here and begin to tell us like
you know something, my brother.
Okay.
As they come the past they go, Ambazonians will need to be a little bit vigilant for the level they for understanding, because the biggest way people for the world will be free, not true knowledge. Even if they're free, we put with our territory now, move La Republic. If we not be free from our mind, if we not understand, say we get right for own a territory, we will still be enslaved. Make I explain quickly what you are trying to talk. If you look Elvis Ngole, you look this Dion Gute, Paul Tasson, Boy Frundi, they say no go book. I try to corner people. You look Ephraim Enoni, you look this other one way come over Oku, the former prime minister before Dion Gute. All them na book people. Now people we don't study book for high level. Now most of them are lecturers. That means that they understand the subject where would you talk today in context. They understand the legal basis of this movement. And they never ever stand talk say which would they argue. Correct. None of them. Because they know say academically, if they talk say not correct, they not even justify them. Even the time we get some of them, they talk about this indivisible Cameroon. They need not done. Even Prime Minister they talk and say Cameroon are one and indivisible again. That talk end for 2018. And last time, yes, some person talked that in 2018. Because we don't emancipate. Emancipate means say we don't enlighten. As for people the year two we talk every day. See the other day we'll be talking about depth in history, Barrister Mbesea. As with people the year them every day, we come to the fullness of understanding. And that fullness they take we to a place where you notice that we need to still cause struggle again. We need to still talk so one get independence again. We talk now saying we don't have a level for recognition. And President explained, so I try to act now just small flesh weight way or Chiba don't talk. So what I try to tell you, I say, when we listen to some of these things, because we give one another one of the biggest weapon them. Even that child of them, dog, or any name one color, stick, where they shoot on the ground, pass which we talk now. I think we Cameroon no want them. Now why that they be destroy educational system? Now why that be strictly anytime they be hear any man vocalize the words them? We will talk am now that they kill you or they put you for prison. Because they be sabi. Say if these people go only know. So for people will listen. No can be that kind of person way Bible describe and say if a king for inside your own house or a heir chop chair, man use that word if you understand and chop chair. It no sabi, it no get sense, it no get knowledge. He say he will live like slave. So when you see some person call me, one of the uncle ladies asked me the other day, which be the literally meaning for this house slave? Because when we get reports all the time, we call these people house slave. I explain how he so he said, oh, I get it now. When you see people where they don't choose to be house slaves, either willingly, knowingly, or unknowingly. Now, because of some of these things. Because when you get that understanding, you get even some of the musicians, them, now house slaves. They just not even understand. They don't tell some of them, say this, so you need to sing for French. Else you know what say. And they believe them. Now they try to speak French and they never even talk and fine. Terrible thing. Look, the African musician they make Africa proud today, they don't sing for French. They sing that pidgin and grammar, small grammar, and Yoruba and Igbo. Look which way love kiss that they do. Davido them did do. I asked all of them, my friend, they for Boya. Say how many of you now don't even reach attend that level in Cameroon? Time on the one not even defeat the one gave una small credence. There is still one fool you. Or you see, we want to talk about independence. The level we day for understanding now, as a people would express yourself in our history, would express itself in our historicity, legality, culture, and tradition. We don't really free get independence. Now, so would the try to tell international community that say, if you really check for your head, say, by any means, we go return. No, then you sleep for long side for bed because you we so.
Yeah.
We talk as someone recognize
me. May I take on for this?
You go.
I'll be very happy because you don't talk something say no return, and then you don't talk something for the about how they assimilate people. I believe you don't see that video. We get plenty of videos where they don't come out like for inside only inside these 5 years. Where you see colonial officers when I deal them, they talk for chief, chief the third, chief the third and say you know if you play, say being an autoton for you. But for all side, you see chief them, they will come for down, they
That
beg
particular
people.
video, I'll look that video, bring her now, because we get like 3 things for learn from that video.
Yes.
From the
Okay.
photo camp.
Now you don't talk say we there for play will not be return or day. And now the level where would not be there. The problem when people if you talk say return or day, and say, take for example, if you tie goat with plantain leaf, a cut, you go tie am now with rubber. If you cut, you go tie am now with iron. If you still cut, what you will do? Either you will go sell the goat or you will just kill the goat. People who do not enter aeroplane from time and again, they will see them say, you see aeroplane, it be big for down, you look and say, that's where they say they fly this, you know, first no. And aeroplane will come out for play with the pack and for the work small, even small picking for the work the same way. But when it don't work at where the time don't correct, say no, 2017 don't correct, it go stand. It call the control tower, it talks say 1 week up. They give it clear and say me go. Now for that time you see the pilot, it will put all the engines them for down. And they don't already record them inside plane. When the pilot don't put all the engines them for down, the plane start the speed. It will reach for some level where a default voice where they don't put that inside aeroplane, it will talk say P1. When it talks say P1 rotate, at that level, pilot not stop the plane again. It must go for up. Even at fire day, it must go for up before it come down. So we don't already tell the Republic say we not still be with you. And we don't come out. And to the extent say we not still come back. So any person where if you don't come out for the Republic, it go now the associate itself with them. It go for DDR center, it go everywhere and everywhere, so they do so. What you then I say, you just be like that far away, they go buy them before Christmas market day will can't reach. They just feed them with the corn. That they will finish, they will can't finish you. So when we don't go for up, we don't already go. We don't already go for our own country. People that were even like La Republic and whatsoever, if they care, some of us there for America, if you care, go you for La Republic, go stay for day like a foreigner and other country, then you allow Ambazonia alone. Everything there for outside they will be clear. Because me, I tell you, if La Republic a claim say, if he get us, he own us, because he buy us, and then they give you receipt. Wait it cost he for take the receipt, they go for court. Go show him for court, say, now my receipt this, I be paid this amount of money. The fact say you don't get that receipt for pay, it means he want thief you now for thief him. And now when they want thief you, your own brother, he talk say no, me will fight, take we think them. You talk say, oh, how we will come up for one belly, we 5. The don't talk say chop chair, be na this person, dan say me na chop chair it be so better me stranger a carry him a go. Now, when the stranger carry him a go, night it don't can reach. You want go for stranger, he say no, he has no flop. You go back for your compound. Which side you go? So nothing and that would explain for all people them tell them say all these things like how we don't talk say why Ayuk Tabe Ayaba this is they don't fail now because the people that they don't tell them say never again generation say never again say if you use them say never again with La Republic say never again with this and that whether no matter how way they will go do everything with La Republic the people that will reject them they don't kidnap with people they will come the fight with people take money, do whatsoever. Check say the people that will talk, but the people that not decide they don't already vomit them and do whatsoever. So any person where they still listen to all these spoilers, where they don't go even for Canada, say they want to go sell you without your own consent, Even you where you be a fighter, you get picking for inside house. The picking come out go you for some party, he not tell you. You only hear say you go for that party. You go should not quiet. You get for talk say no. You get for frown. When commando, they will go for Canada, go take money for the commando. One open mouth for talk say why on go take money for Canada. We say on share there. They carry commando, go sell them. So this thing it will go for a fund. It will go for grandpa them. It will go for Aruke them. It will go for all these people that we they saga them and all these people where they don't decide say they go shit on them and whatsoever. I hear say la Republic citizens they can't give money for una chicken change. They give una money and everything them. And when I begin to talk say, oh, now our brothers and our sisters. Yes. Now your brother and your sister. That means say the one the way la Republic don't kill them. None of them not relate for you. Make all these fighters that me they tell me how many francophone they don't die for this war. Now because the francophone and the point now only when our brothers and sisters me they kill them. So if when I stand for the begin to check say this so, it feed you with money, it give money for you. At one point, it will say and I say no, you be a burden to it. It will say and I say it will continue for they give you so money for the do with it. The only thing I say it will liquidate it for the Republic, it finish you. And before you want to open your eyes them, it will not go. We never talk say me gonna hate francophone them. Make francophone them go back to their country and then they will return legally with legal documents. Yes, me they go back to their country, they will return with legal documents. Me some person not check this so you will go shit on for some person in the house you go get freedom you enjoy. Even Ambazonia where they there for diaspora. When they will work at Hitler them and the rest of the way they will work maybe they drive they use them for Germany. They not be able no. Something we don't come out like Corona where come out. We thank God say if you come on a white man, if you come out with black person, they don't drive all man for you. Say me come on go back for you, me come on go back for your country and all the rest. So now the thing where it did it. Even now Anglophones them where they call them a bracket, Anglophones when are elites, where they come for fighter, you fighter, they can't give you money, tell you say, oh, take and begin fight for them. We too, they go fight for parliament, we will go fight for Dios office, we will go fight. So that is a lie. Because it will give you tomorrow. When you will be now, I mean a nuisance to you, it will go liquidate you and it will go sell you whatsoever. They don't teach person how to catch a fish than forgive the person fish. Now so it is. All of you, when I don't hold guns them for fight La Republic or attend any practice session or whatsoever, the only condition for one to remain alive and enjoy a life, now for get a free Ambazonia, nothing else. These people don't go Canada, they will go from volley, they go talk about La Republic, they give conditions them, say they want peace, they want this. They did not mention any fighter, they not be mentioned on a name because they get a strategy for can't finish all of you the fighters. Well, all of you the fighters. So any fighter now get for rethink it go for your LGA and for your own county, for your own community. Because the village people, they not fit do anything bad for you and when I get for fight for protect on our own community. Me when I not being a wanderers them like Ganiko, like cows the way they not get space. Now when I see that when I work at talk to Borono people them, they not get land, they work at being a wanderer they this so. How you go come out for barefoot? You say you want to go fight for Lebialem, you want to go fight for this place, you want to go fight for this place, you want to go to fight for this place. Eh? You don't feel free your own village people the way you play where you come up for day. You never free your own village people. You never feel secure your own house play where you come up for day. You come up say you go to fight for different people at different places and whatsoever. And when they can't tell on our lies and say, oh, they don't take money, they chop and they do so. Interim government, no, they do so, no, they do so. Ask the person, okay, interim government never give money for we. You too, how much you don't give? What is your own role? What do you play for freedom? Yes. So if you get, if your neighbor can't shout for you, say, oh, your papa never give chop for you, your mommy never give chop for you. It only shout so. As the neighbor said, but what you matter for you now, I say hungry, they hold you. Me give chop for you too, you chop. Nobody say, only can they talk, other kind of things, so they talk, other kind of things. So me gonna try for the reason. We'll not be Anglophones again. We'll not be that kind of people the way they talk for again. And me gonna know there is nothing again like Anglophone problem. Because we are not Anglophones, we are Ambazonians. Anglophone they come now when one country it get two groups of people they speak different languages. We will be Anglophone before 2017. We not be Anglophones again. So we not get no Anglophone problem. We not get marginalization. We not get culturalism. We not get anything about the form of the state. We not get anything about federation, about union, all those kind of things. We be Ambazonians.
I'm glad plenty say now you bring this talk for this Anglophone thing because me I get problem with that word Anglophone because if you read that contextually, Anglophone, the we call a nation Anglophone nation. But way to make that nation a nation maybe Anglophone. Maybe even the Anglo-Saxon, like the Anglo-Saxon are a description on a way where the people they live. Even British people, you get some British country the way, like the Scottish and way, they get Baltic culture. So the word Anglophone where you see then they insist. Where Ayuk before appoint Paul Biya for 1970, I think 1974, for head the committee where they claim say that committee now for investigate the Anglophone problem. Even a scam. These people no be France no be ignorant of words. And even when you go stand up for this house of people for black coat at top court. For I don't know how I call it for una country talk, my country talk they call it lakpale. Now when you go judge matter, what will you use them? If you either make them you loss or you gain. The word Anglophone this will be better word. We never any Anglophones. How long we like people, if you study with history like people, how long would we start talking grammar? We never talk grammar. We start learn small grammar. Now time when they send the thing we carry and enter Nigeria. Then you start see one pidgin be different because we pidgin then mix our small Germany country talk or to George and Boxer. Namboko don't add for his side. So now he will be. So I but you don't talk about talk say that word grammar Anglophone is so the technicality of the word never better word. Now we'll get into something with Ochiba talk and this one way you will fight for ground. Maybe not hungry, do you? But you know, say for control come out, even when you don't get money in a lecture. We miss say that mommy them, that papa them, that was sister they did work for. If you take care for them, fine, they will give you job. Ma tell you what you do when they enable them. Let the one way I would show on a moon at the sea your face on television now. When they enable them for Yaoundé, they come up, can't fool you, make you carry yourself, no attack them, no do nothing for them. When they come for you, you accept them, you take money for them, can't fool interim government, take money, you chicks you the fool as a man, you the fool yourself. You make yourself where you go become a victim. You go die. Because President Sako talks with it. And when I true talk, we talk. See face. Now the people in the will record and house slave them. When you get this kind of man, come on with blood money for your own day. It can't be told you, my brother. You get better mission for go do. They don't buy better granite than you. When you get to go for mission, go have a better granite. Because till you don't give you dignity, sensitivity, you even whole stick work of inside that country. Now because of this move. Then because now that's so for these people. That's so for these people. You know for even they exist. When we come all over peace plan, these people because of their interest, they did them for your own. If it's people don't come out, they say one and senator on the way to the column. When they can't pay you, you go protect them. You know they help media recognition, they fine. When you see Cameroon, don't you use all this tie them. If you get the audacity to boycott Swiss mediation. Now because of people like this one, when they don't go give you information, say level that boy and they so they didn't have control. If they give you some money, take them. But no hear what they talk. Because even how many money they'll give you? Look number. I'll give you example for number. I'll talk for you, better boy. You see, I know. You be better man as you listen for me. Look, number. Number, be don't for be na grand katika then. For that time, be they can pick stick again now. Is that a kind of long sense? Number, chop and langa. If you drink me, but the chop small soy at the show on a picture. 2 days later on, I see number. What's that? See, the Ambazonia would talk so. If to see the Ambazonia being that kind of play where you go to chop now, that's small or this way. Nobody will waste the time of fighter. If the Ambazonia will get that recognition, where they will restate all now who gone so they want, we know the end a small salary. Money they are be the money they go all by default go be in the army of a country. They go train una, put una better salary for pocket. Una go live for fine country. See what it happen for brother by Equatorial Guinea. Small Equatorial Guinea. Wait that way Ayuk be president for the two Cameroon them for that time. Ayuk be use Equatorial Guinea as a small village. If in fact they are school they have Yaoundé. Small Equatorial Guinea we not reach Manu County. Equatorial Guinea, they come people like we so we now we get money for inside that basin, whatever they call it, what I say, Equatorial Basin. Can you imagine? So I try to talk the one as about and check small sense. Then I will get Ochibasara will really talk the one fine. We will listen to my dirty way talk and comment it. Then before watch the cam now, mu enter with the chief palaver. I get two videos.
We don't feel with Melamuki.
No, move. I want me to play the Chris Dotty my player. Maybe people will hear them. You understand? So that
I just don't need for the play other country the way they even talk for this other one so now do for the advertising for nothing.
Not really Chris man. When I hear them.
This occasion marking the 40th year of leadership. Servant leadership. Leadership that comes with dedication and commitment to the fatherland. Leadership that has to do with service to the people, putting people first. From a man I consider as a God-given leader to our country, warrants me to do an assessment of performance indicators under his leadership. That is to say, taking the Southwest region into consideration. And in doing so, we can afford to say the present configuration of the Southwest region as an administrative entity has been largely thanks to the man we are celebrating today, His Excellency Paul Biya, Head of State and President of the Republic. Let me remind you that he created the BLM division. He created...
Hey,
I said director.
Director.
You hear me?
Would you use that one for welcome watcher?
You hear me?
Yes.
May I talk something about
Melamuki? Before you talk, I want to remind people what I talked earlier on.
Okay.
You know, me the bombing for Mancon land. So I'd easily get the accent. I'll grow for Isa Mancon land. So I'd easily get some the exclamation. Now the one way the hear mommy way come over and tambang for say uncle. You say work tega. Next one mommy come over bafu say wonder. Mu una really check am. Before una take this mic, I think so we'll honor watch I me for start for the name before you come. This man, if you listen to this thing, you think that the man the usher in na Jesus Christ. But the man the usher in, now the very person, when the year say, will you wear big stick for side down there? You see the kind of man, you miss out. Man tell you to do. Now this kind of man, where the boot leak, I don't know if a boot leak or a worship or a stupidity, I don't know the word for grammar way fit and correct. Now man we we say this same person will declare war for 30th of November 2017 for airport. Man we stand so look we send Zakawade for Chad and Sangore for Bangi. Say anything when I say about shooter. My man we make and the roast picking, the fryer for Isa hot oil for Kendem village. Born people like fish, born mommy happy like born plenty. When you look this kind of man, he talk the kind of talk. He try to tell we say, he congratulate Pobia for reduce ye. We supposed to be king for your own land, for reduce ye for slave. If this one be witchcraft, not in your day again. Watch out.
Thank you. Salute to now, my people. I salute you, Mr. Paddy King. My brother, you and I salute to now. And I apologize to Ambazonian people. Una no say with the hustle for maintain this una TV, ABC, we pay them every month. With the hustle say we pay that way draft. We hustle everything for this land where we day. For sister una smile. If I come back for this question, Mr. Paddy, I will tell you, and it will just make publicity for this man because these are not the faces who official one for ABC. The people, their TV. Ambazonian people, they don't work hard for pay this TV. Molamoki, he faces like bad meat. This man, when I call him Molambela Olau, he faces like bad meat. Midway don't die for trap for 1 week. He declared say he there for 40 years in captivity. Una no say the children of Israel they will stay in 40 years of desert. But at their own desert, baby say now desert for the shifter you desert where you know say find thing the common for you before. This man they so he then inside box. Now those who are fake seniors where they live inside box, where they hear those people where they think that inside box. This particular man, he think that inside box. He don't get anything for proof. It just won't be relevant this time. It won't show say he support 40 years. You don't even know if that man where he call and say he president he leave or you know he leave. You don't even know. That man, that very man he call and say president he picking them. Whenever year they talk about one of he picking them. No, all he picking them. Now mumu. Them born them now they don't crease. The head don't they inside na cocoa, they inside head. This very man himself, I believe say head na cocoa they inside. Na cocoa no head where get them. There is nothing. Man put you for captivity for 40 years. The land where you live inside, not be prison for white man country better pass that boy. Man will talk the truth. Man will talk. You stone there for the way you pass with your shoe. I be see him for street 1, street 2. Some particular stone then slip there for there. Why be see that stone there for 1970s why they grow. Up to today, those stones then they. My shoe they finish. As you enter for there, your shoe don't finish. Eh? This very man, when I talk so, he call himself say, who a leader. He's not a leader. He just want to make himself because now hand clapper number 1 for inside that regime. See how way they if I feel describe this man. Wait to be the future where he don't belong for the tomorrow generation. Somebody stay for power for 40 years. They reduce you from a nation to a region, to a province, to a name Anglophone. You still the talk. You big this man there, so you small for be president. You small for be president. Others are fighting for their children. They're fighting for the future of their children. The people in the diaspora, they even try for fight. They don't need anything. They just need just una cooperation, just una mona denounce those people stand for their side. Because after all, tomorrow, now una will rule una own country. Now una go maintain una own country. I don't see anything for this hand clapper. Israel don't lost everything. I see there so it is shake, it is fear. He weak past mosquito where the fly pass on top fire. Because he knows that at any point in time, they will pick it off. So if I come for this one, I will come back. I don't answer that on side. I will come back for another question before maybe the other panelists they made a rest more because they don't talk for now for a long time, they entertain now. We get some flyers where they go around for Bamenda 1, Bamenda 2, Bamenda 3. These flyers now some NGO, the way that they call them, I don't forget that their name, or they call them Bidumlem weighty organization. Now some NGO them. This NGO na Church and Bay NGO, that one can say Sunday school NGO, where it be na the regime for Yaoundé. Now they promote these people. What to be their work? They don't write these flyers. They write and say that the camp can't make peace. Then they come for can associate people. Say that the war don't finish, now na peace day. Then they give one savon. They go cook rice. They go invite family. Then can she down for talk say na post-war trauma. Ma broke that word them for una. That plenty grammar the writer with one piece of paper. Ma broke them for una. More understand Ambazonians. So that the full Ambazonian all sides say war don't finish. For inside that small piece of paper, I tell una say for one side for that paper, the drum say for the upper part, they put Canadian flag for that paper. As they put Canadian flag, they say Canada. Then they write all story where they feel write all BB grammar. They talk say strengthening participatory strategy, community, all type of things. Say that they bring peace building through an in-depth capacity development. 40 years, either for power, where don't rule Cameroon like 60 years. He never give una development. He said take Caterpillar the way they be there for public work department for we take and send them for your own side, for your own country. Then when I check that today they will come bring development. Now today they will come be you road. Now today where he there for a dying age where you don't even know if he live today or he don't live. Nobody know anyway, no concern with. We don't even know if the man they are alive, we know they're alive, or they will side, or you know they're side. So now when way the can live chair, you know say that what talk say ya na chop broke pot. So now where they don't brook all route, there is no road where it still hang inside Ambazonia. They don't all route. Now me at the talk now when the worker for that road them you see and say for come out even for if you come out for Douala, you come out at Yaoundé for can't enter inside but man they take you in a days. Only within the Ambazonia or the Milan, what they call it, or Savannah, for even travel on top a bent skin or now car a motorcycle, you know if you walk up because road is not there. Even for your foot, you know if you walk up past. Even your person die for hospital, you for carry them go back for your village, you know if you carry them. Then these very people they can't tell you say that they bring peace, that they strengthen peace, post-war drama, that they organize games, that they cook, then the worker cook small rice, 1 cup rice, they will cook and bring them for family. They be arranged from their 3.5 billion sefa say now for that people. So now for take and make peace, now for take and organize things them for this time where war don't finish. Then they be prepared 13 billion say now for take and build all the whole southern zone. Therefore the southern I mean Ambazonia, southern Cameroons. And the ask and say they spend between 30 and 45 billion only for drink mimbo for a Tundi Palace for 1 year. That one are money for drink mimbo, not be for entertain with mimbo. Whether they buy hard mimbo for white man country bring them. Then you don't destroy the whole Ambazonia. You contribute 13 billion for Bilam. More would think I'm fine. More would think the situation where we'll find ourselves. Now, some people don't come and go Canada. They say they go hold discussion with these people. More will look the in-depth of these people. That way they come out Canada, they don't can hold any press conference. They don't can brief you now, wait when they talk for Canada. May man no lie when as they talk. I don't know what the other panelists they don't talk for this side. But Christopher Anu was in Canada. The one we call and say Reverend Ginny was in Canada. Agoff with ADF, then they Canada. You see they fight themselves. You get the Jumba Akoro, they was in Canada. From them to all of these people, they be there Canada. If they not be denounced some when that thing be take place, you know say they were in Canada. They be support. So now why there were these flyers that they go around for now for Ambazonia for zone to zone they don't already everything. So other people they can't talk for now. May would call and say may them put Cameroon flag for back them. Ayuk Tabe all you people them they be endorse them. The Christopher Anu on a crazy Enos. They be endorse the talk for Canada. They be accept La Republic say they want a peace. So at this point, they're not supporting the talk for una independent because they don't sell una. These people they don't sell una Ambazonians. These people don't betray una. These una so-called leaders, they don't betray una. Now only this interim government, where Dr. Sawe Sako Ekome be right before talk said they're not there for that thing. If you withdraw from the Swiss-led process where we understand so with the play and football and referee go there between, where they go register the goal where you score and they register the goal where you score. If you withdraw from that table, say you don't want to play the match, but you take your own people the way you will not say you don't bribe them, you don't give them money, they don't chop soya. You take and send them for Canada. When I go hold discussion, then now you come back, they can't talk about peace. When the flies and they go say trauma healing. Now who they heal them? You heal this very mommy and papa them. Not forget say you go for some backside for village. Now that backside now only graveyard flop inside there because La Republic be enter for there. He killed the papa. He killed the big boy way there inside house. He kill all the man picking where they inside the house. He kill the woman the way they don't like him. He rape some. After they don't finish rape and they kill him. Then already mommy one day inside that compound. Backside on and grave them. Then today when I don't turn una, when I decide una own brother. Una don't turn come back and go for that very mommy where don't lost all your family member. You tell you give you 1 cup rice. You give you 1 savon at 1,000 francs. So war don't finish. You get conscience. You take that La Republic B, man, they can't kill that very compound. Then after some day you come, you was past devil. Even devil get good heart. Even devil self get good heart past you. I tell you, you the people that walk around, even I see somebody for your door, say the NGO, it come for preach, you say peace. Which peace don't finish? Whose peace don't finish? Even them for your own day, they know say war day, or they know say war day. Why not only we, the betrayed own people? Why not only we, where you trust a leader, say may he bring you freedom? This freedom where diaspora the fight, diaspora will can't sit down for home from one day. No. Instead now will take all this position where diaspora the fight. Before diaspora one can not occupy them. They want to teach you how you feel free, be a man. You feel free, you sweep your own house. Not be say each time where you want open water, you get for talk say may you ask me beer before you open water. You want say you there inside house for night where you oh my want off light. You ask him beer, the woman asks you say you don't talk from beer, so we'll get for sleep tonight. Now that thing they won't want that. One may you be human being, one may be free even past animal. Because even animal for inside for inside bush, it get power past you. The situation one I did it be porous. It be porous because the whole world they talk about your own people. But your own same leaders that they go around, the people who are back for captivity. But I thank una plenty because the common grassroots man, you don't reject all that they are one, that they are unity, contractors, unity ADF, unity AGOF, unity Chris Anu, unity, all them are unity for one piece. Because what it be happen, I say, the one they call it Celine Dion, that one a prime minister and John Gute they call it. If you don't make telephone call for all these unity people, now federalists, now unionists, like John Frundi them, all of them, they don't call their telephone. Even in the diaspora, they don't call them, majority of them. When they be there for that Swiss process where they don't glad, they run come out. They both have them also. They don't call them, don't mind any propaganda where they do them. They don't call them, they don't stand for one part now. The talk say they want a peace. They want a peace. Therefore, wait where you fight as yourself they fight for, they not go give you. Wait you be carry a gun. Therefore, if they go peace, you not get road for enter Bamenda, you not get hospital. That hospital will be like a days for British or German. You know they. Ask yourself, so since when the La Republic be enter power for the last 40 years, or you don't there for power, even 60 years, because if you don't there first for many positions for that government. They don't member una, they not member una for anything. They not get road, you not get water. How you feel say that man who can be your airport one day? How you be so you will see train Sunday for Bamenda before you die? Diaspora want bring all this thing for una free. You want bring investors free. You want bring the thing where you fight away. You fight tomorrow. You go stand. You go gain some extra energy. You go fit talk. You go there for march pass. You go stand for grandstand. You go wear badge them for year rank where you talk say you don't fight. You be combatant. I may not forget say this war where they go on from Ambazonia. They not go this war not go forget because history will remember this war. Even for next 1,000 years, history will still talk about your name, about your perseverance. You be mommy or papa, now forget other people they come for your backside. That very man where they can't give you that savon tomorrow, it come now for can spy for your house. That's what we let them say. It come now for look how many man begin still there that house. You go talk when you go now. La Republic B, that La Republic soldier, they'll actually say. You don't see how many man begin for that house, how many girl for that house. That man where can't give you savon where be whole meeting where he go talk. And now when they come, they go shoot now anything where they inside that house plus you. They your house where you own them. Now that very guy where he don't give you that one savon, he don't give you that rice for 50, or he give you that 1,000 francs. Now you can't own your property for 1,000 because you know say you don't kill all family member. So more imagine where they take place. We talk because not true. We talk because we get the evidence. They say they can't take stock for your consents. Why man go they can't take stock for your consent? You tell them say you need somebody. They don't write on jargons of papers. Then bring them around. Say they increase poverty reduction. Who's poverty reduction? Man stay for chair for 40 years. Don't chop broke that pot. Then you one can reduce your poverty. You be tell you say you poor. He don't chop flop. None all the money they give an end for their pocket. Then they come for your backside. If you see anybody for your backside, when you boil water. May you boil water for fufu, you try for that person in skin, mammy them. Will you see anybody for your backside? Eh? You take your collars, come on, follow you, may you go, because not thief them. They can't spy, they can't thief for night, they'll send a man for you. Because these people, they're all not thief. Eh? All that way they talk say building human security and social cohesion. Oh, now very set of thief people. We don't hear these big jargons for La Republic for a long time. And these are agents of darkness. They don't infiltrate the society. They don't draw and bring them closer to you. This is the moment. The light, I see the light already for the end of the tunnel. Because this one at the light game, you just need to persevere a little bit. I don't want to preach for you because I'm not a preacher. But we did see you now because you get the foresight for see the future. They don't fail. That minister, they were never updated. The chop not them. Even run not there for a village. All that gonna come away and they're on top there. I tell you, sir, I better for be president for Jange House than for be president for that Jange Republic where they're gonna say La Republic. That prime minister self, enough command, I don't tell when I say enough even other inspector or policeman, she don't. Because the prime minister and a quarterhead better pass C. So they don't take that advantage for call all people. You go church where that pastor be corrupt. Now La Republic they pay you. Your fund for village or chief. Now La Republic they play you. So even if they catch you, they do not wait for you. You see, say for your inside your village, they have fun way, they. Any caporal for army or La Republic army, if you order their chief for village, make she don't fund, make she don't for ground, make she don't inside mud. Because she don't because you know say you don't get no power. There is no power there, absolutely. We don't calculate all these things, discover, say, this fly where and give away the come from the backside. More not understand. But even assume that this picture where you go on, you can see the power where somebody for this other zone, for littoral zone, you get a power for argue SDO. But SDO, they claim, say, and get the power past this one. We don't understand, say, you be fun when I get power. Not allowed to man-made can manipulate you. Stand for your right. Stand like a Cameroonian. For how far away you allow these people to keep on this nonsense? How can you be a man, you behave like chicken? Judge for your own self and come out for that hole. What do you want to share begin them? Made the answer yes or 2 when and big. You say you're right, you say everything, you say all resources. You die with them. You don't say compound. You don't say your papa is grave. You don't say your mommy is grave. Now you don't get power. Now Bulu they rule Cameroon. Now Bulu them be chief of army. Now Bulu them be Dio them. Now Bulu them be governor. Now Bulu them be everything. So them born you now order for obey. You know if you stand against these people.
You see, my brother, you don't take the top go down for direction over the go. Ochiba, I think say you want comment for this Mbela Moki team that will enter for this team before we go. This now wait me I don't know his name self. Now name. Comment with Mbela Moki before we enter this video for this. We'll get 2 videos them for the traditional role them. Then we will conclude discussion for today, and then we'll give a rendezvous for another day. You don't mute yourself, my brother.
Yes. The first thing I did talk for you and I say, make no mistake, make no restoration force, it take money from any enabler. That money a bit devilish. And when you don't take them, you will also succumb to listen to you. You know, if he talk, Mr. Man not talk, say he will take money for you, then buy weapons, and then he will take money, do so whatsoever. No. You know, if he cheat devil, money for enabler, devil them. It like Nyongo money. When you take her, you must pay back.
Nyongo money.
Yes. And the day when you take the money from them, you will start to be make yourself familiar to them. Me, I give example. If you go for some compound where you get a very wild dog, where it did it, that dog in the back they come for you. The best thing where you go for do and say me that dog, you not bite you, you not do something. You throw a bone for you. When you don't throw a bone for you, the dog now don't already see you like a friend, like somebody where you feel provide something for you. He want chop that bone, he want and say next time you will bring different one. So me fighters they avoid for the take things for these people. That Belamuki, so me I tell what way he did it. And the worry is with people. Now person where it being one of these people where would call us say privileged slaves them. A privileged slave, a privileged slave. Now somebody where like these elites, the way we get them for we home. Now people the way they want them say inside the society, may the status quo not change. May things are not change. Even for Europe, it will take a lot of times and a lot of revolutions and all those things before they be changed the medieval world order where we get the bourgeoisie, the lords, and all these things. Them. So this kind of person, he want and say, make a community for Christmas Day. Now only you want it will light generator for your house. Now only you want it will cook fish, buy mimbo for your house. Now only you want it will do everything. Now only you want get motor for the society where they did. Now only you want get other things so that the whole village now. Any man will come now can shirong now for you. They don't want a society where people of emancipate themselves. They can get some different thing. They call them like for pigeon. They call and say massa, don't come, and they say this person don't come because now that kind things them where they want them. So Belamuki no be one now so a day for everybody, and it can be to an extent where you be see as say inside southern Cameroons those kind of positions, that kind of people them. It be even extend for their picking them and their family people them. So now why that you will say some specific names them the way where you call like for southern Cameroons, it make like say oh now piggy will come up for money family, now piggy will come up for this family, now piggy will come up for this family, so. Only because they don't get that kind of privilege at first, forget some of these kind of things them. And when they don't want to say me those things change. In Belamuki, it want talk, it praise for beer, where it get 40 years of disappointment. Where Paul be away even for your own hometown from Vomeka. He not fix nothing for this. He own people that they complain. A Muki can talk. He said Paul be a docam. He can divide a southwest.
Première chose, donc si on veut parler des textes ici,
he can't divide southwest. Say because he don't give so, he don't, and he talks say Paul be they care for the people. Now, I want to ask Muki, how do they care for people? Okay, you want to play another video or how? Because I will check. I want to conclude this one. You hear me, sir?
No, go ahead, my brother. Now mistake with the noise will come. We will play them later on and analyze them together. Just go ahead.
Yeah, I explain, sir. I explain, say, if Belamuki. A term probably I say 40 years of a peace, 40 years of peace we don't succeed. Me go for Vomeka, for Bulu land. You go here where they talk about Paul Biya. Paul Biya, if you want to say succeed, he not succeed now because he give you privilege like an individual. He will be now a president for a country. And if you want to succeed for your country, now how will you provide health care for the people? You provide social services to the people. You provide all that kind of thing. Them. You reduce crime rate and all those things. Them. Pobia enough will come for 40 years because he give you some small crumbs. Now you forget your people. Belamuki, I know. Say they be vote you. Whether they vote you or they not vote you. Say me it represent the people. So if you want to say Pobia, it don't work for 40 years. For take a good care for your people, lead away, be in charge. Me, it can't tell me the life expectancy for people and for Southwest where they represent them. I recall them for Southwest, they recall them for play where come up for day. Me can't tell we how many roads the way they did for people and for Southwest. How many good hospitals in the day? How many of them they be employed? Where they get them, where it will talk say now as a result of Pobia, where it come. And then when he talk now so, me then explain for me. Who side the seaport? I mean the airport for Tico where it come up for day it be go. Who side the capital for Boya it be come up for day it be go. Who side even the I see sometimes they work out for inside mud for Kribi. Why wait for Biado do for the Kribi seaport where it will talk say this so for Biado achieve it don't do whatsoever. How many roads on the Taram for day? How many things the way it give goods and services them, where it make the people and the proud? How many Southwesterners them they employ them? How many of them where they out there? Make and tell we how many villages them where they did for Southwest where they still get the original chiefs and when their papa and where they can't be hereditary a part of the one the way la Republic they can't implement them they impose them for them. Waiting Muki forget for even understand for day. Now say in case of in terms of real democracy. Where it will be for camp. If God forbid something happened to Ambazonia, it would mean say the Bamileke people and they would overtake all the places and the population, the land and everywhere for all of Southwest where he come up for them. And eventually no person it will go vote you for being a senator. Instead for ye for stand firm with your own people, for defend your own people, it really work at the make other kind of them. That is which way they tell now. The other day I see it dance with some group of a woman, the small girl, them fine girl, them so fine people, them they dance. It be weddings very cold, so with it tie so it holds on glass for me, it dance people they clap hand for you, they do so. Now that kind of privilege is the way they want them. Because you know, once a different person make that kind of occasion for your own house, it wants to not only you one if you make all that kind of things them. If Mokibi being a correct person, if or even tell me say when he dance for that play, maybe they dance for day, he come up for day. He go ask the people and for they say, Mommy, how many of you are picking that they go for school? How many of you are picking that they do so? How many of they don't graduate? And how did they do? Which hospital they for here? Or he go tell them say he want go Yaoundé, he want go for Yaoundé, he want go quick because he want go for Yaoundé. So he want make 30 minutes with them because he need for go for Yaoundé for Senate for Yaoundé. And he get for take like 5 hours for travel go for Yaoundé. Ask them for you say why you go for take 5 hours travel for go for Yaoundé where airport be there for Tico for the way for don't come up for there go take airport aeroplane for Tico for there begin go. Where did the airport go to? Where it come for you can't get all those things them. So now they can't think the way we talk say this elites them now people the way they find out their belly, they find out their own thing the way they talk for that belly. If be a senator and if you want to say Pobia don't do good, why concentrate only for Southwest? Why concentrate only for Southwest? Senator not put a bill where it limit only for Southwest. It will put a bill where it will expand go for all of Cameroon, where it will go for everything them. So it means I say a one for a small cycle of community of people. So if they fine and where it will provide for them and all this kind of them. Mem Moki can't tell we. You know, I be here some Cameroon calling. I be sit there for La Republique. So man can talk how Peter Mafani don't do fine. It don't put plenty picking them for a name. It don't put picking them so do so. Then the journalist asks and say, you want me say he put them for a name or he be write the concours for them because for go for a name you write na exams. How they go put them for it because now corruption. Instead go the I mean go the proof now.
Now politics for crash my back. How we that should be talked for 1996.
Let us conclude for you. We will see some mommy for Boya day. Some big woman, it come out empty skin, like how will they be born? Because ye picking be the carry, ye picking they go for school. Military is shoot and kill them. That mommy come out to go pick that picking. Empty clothes for skin. Belamuki be talk something. No. The key was easy. It was easy for them. If you talk something, no. They do everything. When they don't kill, even mommy happy them. When I start wasting at them and all these people, they talk something, they not talking, no nothing. And yet, if you can't talk, say this, so now probably I don't can do good for all these kind of people. So these kind of people, now people, if Fako people and they want them, they get from ban these kind of people inside society. And you know, limit only for Moki and whosoever. Made all of them. By the way, nobody voted them.
We'll get just a very few minutes to go, and I think say we'll get just about 10 minutes. And I would like to more analyze this video where it play because it really now before we even talk, I want me about now it's very short video. I want me Ambazonian people watch something. When I observe the body language for the chief and the SDO. And then we'll go come back. Can talk and then on a way to see there. I hope so. On a city will see.
Ils doivent être autochtone. Oui. Première chose, donc si on veut parler de texte ici, oui. Vous ne devez même plus être chef. Je devais commencer parce que peut-être vous n'êtes pas au courant.
Moi, je suis autochtone.
Vous n'êtes pas autochtone. Vous n'êtes pas des Bassa. Vous êtes des Bassa.
Je suis Bassa. Les Bassa sont les premiers autochtones.
Non, vous êtes originaire de Nyon et que les gens les archives.
C'est vous là-bas, c'est vous qui le dites.
Oui, j'ai les archives.
Je dis qu'il n'y aura pas de discussion entre vous et moi.
Monsieur, je vous ai donné la parole et vous avez parlé et je suis en train de parler. Chef de Sava. Ils doivent être autochtones. Oui.
Tu veux me see never even that man he claim for autochtone. Some of these chiefs of Southern Cameroon and SSF Service they already turned away to you recall and say Nkwanda. I support of go continue to call and girl le them say you stand up down so you be useless mampiki. Now so the chief they don't be. Martin for they were one more seen the colonial official for see the play will come out. Now people where they don't know for discourse. That means their administration, na intimidation. That means they train them where they need to see themselves. So if we talk. I remember sometime when I go in Bengui, I think now the procurator from Bengui lock one person for no reason, for a slim, for something around 2015. So I go sign bail for the person. This man, this colonial, well, state council from Bengui, being as a young guy. I ask he don't like me. They don't like they like when they talk me joy here. I don't know, I don't remember the question, but I remember Zabi asking very logical questions. He purpose for the intimidation and the things that he do. He just intimidate me. Start talk to if I make a move my bed today go lock me. I said they lock them so you just get power for your own and have lock people anyhow. I said okay, lock me. I don't go move my shoe, take me lock up. Lock me. So time the only way you don't reach to a certain level. I say lock me. So you just see person, you don't want to lock him. That means because I ask you question. That means wait to be law. So you see na places where I want to go there. See the way of administrator. SD is supposed to be an administrator. Administrator now a person where he get the ability to listen to people, converse with them. On the contrary, if some person is supposed to want to talk the way he talk for day, una hear against too much. You hear the way this man talk.
Première chose, donc si on veut parler de texte ici, vous ne devez même plus être chef. Je devais commencer parce que peut-être vous n'êtes pas au courant.
Moi, je suis autochtone.
Vous n'êtes pas autochtone, vous n'êtes pas des Bassa, vous êtes des Bassa.
Je suis Bassa, les Bassa sont les premiers autochtones.
Non, vous êtes originaire de Lyon et que les gens les achètent.
C'est vous là-bas, c'est vous qui le dites.
Oui, je les achète.
J'ai dit qu'il n'y aura pas eu de discussion entre vous et moi.
Monsieur, je vous ai donné la parole et vous avez parlé et je suis en train de parler. Ils doivent être autochtones.
You ask yourself, say, what to give you the audacity of him saying to allow that mind, Papa, for that level, because say he want talk. When I go ahead, the watch eye. Carry on.
Yeah, the arrogance for these guys, the point I say, I wouldn't even blame this guy because this Bulu, Fang, Betty, all of them, they believe, say, Cameroon are their own, that they are La Republic, Janga Republic, they own everybody. This is their point. These very chieftain and funds, they don't really give their powers to them. They pay them from their pocket. So anybody that they pay you, you be answerable to that person. This is one thing. You don't say a right to that person. So there is nothing where if you talk, because that man understands that they pay them and they give the law, now they support them for be there. So this fund or the chief, he no still get no power because he don't give a right already for this man. If you see the arrogant for the state official, you understand where the power where you get and come out from that place. They know that they be the lords of the land. No other person fit talk. This same tribe, if you get, I don't talk of my point, say, you get that Tingang, on a Singang, the Bulu Beti, all these people that they rule over Cameroon because the Dios, they understand that they be in their position where they don't be from birth, they don't bond and give them. The governors, the commissioner of police, everybody, the military, not them. You go for custom yard, all now these people. Whatever inspector of custom, now these people lying there. So there is nothing. He don't tell you, say, he did not get that, and now they impose, and they know one way you talk when they talk. You can't argue them because they're not being used to argument. They never bought them for debate. You know, if they debate with you because he getting a power for impose on you which way they get for do. So no matter where this people they talk, he understands that they pay you, that they decide for you, that they own Cameroon. So that's the same arrogancy where they go inside them. You know, differ from the same thing where you don't ever get their president Bia. He can't stand so journalists for Cameroon ask you one question. You know, if he asks you one question, if their minister, I don't follow some time when a journalist asks minister one question, he tells a full account. He say, well, sit that mic for that guy. Who tells him ask that kind of question? So there is the level where this guy don't reach, they know say them be above the law. And that they really be above the law inside the country because the country not get no law and they not get anything for follow. My concern not be these people, not the system where these people don't follow for long. The French not get the system. With the system when they impose, then teach them. it already be inside their brain, inside their back head, where they not fit debate with you. Even if you enter their office, even you want to ask them one question for road, the one way hold gun, go just recharge the gun, ready to shoot. It tell you, say, if you play, it go shoot you for you, just waste your life. If they inside their system, they just understand, say, if they ask you money for road, you ask and say they don't get any right because this paper they make them from the office, they'll tell you, say, the paper not be, even if they do and they will tell you, say, that paper not be right. They talk you which way one, and you get people accept which way one. So this one not be in any new thing. And I believe, say, that we own country people them, we own people who they still call them, this one fall under that category of people where they carry we for go for them. We don't can discover this essay, you know, fine, but I the one that say somebody like that Bella Moki will still take himself again. They praise these very people for the action where they see them. How you not go praise them? Since them born, you never get freedom, because even the man where call it say dog, pussy, cat, that their governor for the way they call them, so all pussy. What if they don't do with the man? That 50,000 of us who don't die, Pikiri, they bury them every day. We don't hear one of them come out challenge. They never challenge the young, never tell them, say, where would I kill these people? They cannot talk. So this point, that's something where you be. There is nothing where you can teach. They say you can't teach an old dog any new trick. And that one really be certain, because these very guys, what they call them, say leader, they get now one brain where it don't be whitewashed. And they feel only answer to Satan because they don't really eat with Satan. A bishop said them be cursed even. So there is nothing it can come out from these people where you talk so. Now their own lifestyle is you either green with them or you go prison. That's why they will tell you. Thank you. Take the mic since we don't get time, bro.
Yeah, my brother, thank you very much for that talk where you talk so, because the how you talk the only thing we as you see never order there. Another one they were when Ambazonia people see more picking conclude they talk for his head. Look the one, now see the one.
Majesté, sur le chef du village de Minkan, recevez ce don du chef de l'État. Il a bien voulu que ce don parvienne dans les coins les plus reculés du territoire de la République. Soyez donc le messager de la bonne nouvelle. Cette nouvelle d'un père, le chef de l'État, qui vole au secours de ses enfants, qui aime tous ses enfants et ne veut en perdre aucun. Porter ce message d'espoir qui voudrait qu'en respectant les mesures barrières, nos populations puissent véritablement se mettre à l'abri de toute contamination au Covid-19.
Bon, d'une part, je remercie le chef de l'État parce qu'il a fait un grand travail pour nous tous. Mais moi, je suis au fin fond de ce pays. Je suis à la limite de Ebola et Kribi. Pour ça, ça ne m'intéresse pas. Il me faut
Majesté, les actes du chef de l'État sont empreints du sceau de la souveraineté. On ne les critique pas, on ne les commente pas négativement.
Bon, d'accord.
Voilà.
Merci.
Que ce soit un message d'observation de votre part. Vous voyez donc pourquoi parfois il est de la parole à tout le monde. Vous dites merci. Un tien vaut mieux que deux tu auras. N'est-ce pas? Dites d'abord merci. Et vous avez suivi le préfet qui a dit qu'à la suite du chef de l'État, le chef de l'État, vous avez fait la musique, c'est la clé de sol.
Now for people who watch that one, we not even understand what happened today. Ochiba, you want to talk to me?
Well, that first video where you play, and this one, and that one where some woman Iwondo chief, it be block road, and that one where Yaounde chiefs them they be talk for Atang and they say me go for Bamenda, and that one they be block road too for farming Dongo. It give us now two lessons. For we for differentiate between the British form of governance, Anglo-Saxon culture, and the French culture. And it also give us another lesson, how La Republique et the treat we on chiefs them. The first video where you play for them, that chief is standing grounds, and the British policy, they will practice now indirect rule. Now, why that they will get the British High Commissioner, when they will get problems sometimes with some Nigerian chief, they will call and say Ezelu, because they will want UC for the rule, they will pass through indirect rule, because they will go for maintain the chiefs them, and then they go to their people, they through their chiefs them. But now the French system, how France it come, France, be one treat Africans like say na colonies. France, it call and say na territoire d'outre-mer. Talk say na French colonies. I mean, some of them be na French association and French community like that, Senegal, where we be. So it talk na about assimilation. So now the two things and that way we go for understanding for you. Now, when you see the French system, they come for here, they can't talk na say. The British, they know say before they want come, chiefs they be not be people they be not organize inside their own cultural distance, they get their own culture and all those things. So they get for pass and administer them to their own leaders them. Now what they will call and say indirect rule that. And why that way you see the British people, they will respect the chiefs, they will respect all those people, they become direct representatives for the people them, and they not be interfere for talk say they do appointments, do whatsoever. But when the French they come, they now can talk now, see, they want come now for assimilation. Remember, they call these governors them, these deal them, they call them and say chef terre. Chef terre means say now then they get the soil. But if you hear for Emma Basile, it talks say la terre appartient au premier occupant. That means say people where they be first occupy the territory, the land, not them where they get the land. How
now something the way I don't know if you notice my brother. Where I really want more referral for one chief them. You see the audacity where even that chief they talk about, they say you don't get to talk about Pobia anyhow.
Yeah,
but people know we have to talk about. This is an concern part. You know, concern me that one way to talk me own.
I come for this. So I want to explain for you and I say, even I hear that deal, he can talk say according to the text. That means according to government papers them. That chief is not going to be again chief. That means it means now then they appoint their own chiefs them. Even at the villagers them, even at kingmakers the way they put their own chiefs them. So according to the text them, now it not go for be chief. Now where that chief beginning to tell you say he be chief, I be autochthon, he be duwala, the rare indigene, the rare person. So you know if you can't impose your own law or kind of thing for the dictator on us. And I told him Belamuki get for learn from there because plenty chiefs them for your own place where come up for day. Now La Republique, it go they put them, they put all those things. So now whether that chief is standing ground like the chiefs the way they be there in at first for in those days them. In those days when the Germans become and the British become, now the chiefs and they be stand their ground and they lead their people for the fight the enemy, for the fight even intertribal wars. Chiefs they be there for them. But you can't see like today, we on chiefs them. Genocide day, they don't inside come on wrong go there for Yaoundé. As if title them where they get and they come on for Yaoundé. All those kind of them. And then, interestingly, you could realize and say that chief where he talk for day, that man he didn't shout for you, including the other ones the way they did. If you be being an Anglophone chief, they for handcuff you for day. Sometimes they even for slap yourself for day. They for slap you for day. Anglophone chief not for even for open their mouth. You receive let Chief Angwa for he go to bend down the salute Chantal Biawihan. Where even for man contradiction. People and they when a people when a big man beginner for village they be even unable for even salute the chief for salute the chief. But now on chief than that they don't go for exile for foreign land and all those kind other kind of things.
Where they be I don't think you don't agree with me on this, but if you ask my opinion, I would talk say me this traditional institution them. My opinion will be na say make they even dissolve. Why you should go for dissolve them? Look the way this chief, whatever on the screen now, if you look at well, now very wretched chief, physically. If you look at when it comes to traditional dressing, so they tell you they don't dress a man when I call as a chief. Stand up and down. This man no be stand for corner Bumbi of Angwafo.
Yeah.
You understand? But if you look neither for screen or man is young.
You know,
understand this kind of man?
You know, listen up for
they go talk this kind of talk and they go for and these other useless people where they call themselves chiefs.
You
know, stand so look people for eye, tear them say this so. He's standing in a Yaoundé. Even after they not arrested.
Okay, you see this chief. You see this chief now. He denied that bucket. He denied that bucket. He tell the Geo for this. He they often from the village. He they very far. So according to you, he talks say they very far. They lack hospitals. They lack roads. They lack plenty things. Them for they when I think the way for be able
bring
the bucket with empty bucket. Imagine say you want to give a bucket. Say they go to wash hand for COVID-19. A whole community you give one bucket. Say that they will wash hand for one bucket. We get water the way they flow for villages them. So they fully like how were the French people they become go full America. They be full America. They go carry a land go jam for Catholic church jam for the French people. So they want go give him medal. Ego should not for that boy they call and the old man and the medal takes Orana now you know Orana Mungo. Some are off the person, but the old man and the medal where they carry a whole land where it tell a Catholic church way now they be like oh bamenda ego jam. Then they say they go carry medal. It make party prefer expecting all people. I mean, they're not going to give you the highest thing. What did they do? They go away shoot and shoot inside sun. They can't carry a rope. That small rope. Put them. You know that kind of medal. They put rope for your neck. That one the way they make football they play. Now equally that in the way they see African president where they general France now they put some marks for their clothes for their code them for here when they're not in schedule for the society. Now chiefs and that way they stand for their people. Woman when achieve a block road for say they not go carry timber again, they must pay their money. They must pay their money. Divisional officer tell you say you the block road for you, no see be boss. He tell you say you not be boss. He say you be my collaborator, you not be boss. Before when I want come, we be there for this land. We be there for this land. But now Francophone that come, it can't nyati for back. It talk say it call deal, call governor say na chef there, which is totally wrong. And it be very bad when you see we on chiefs and now they wake up, they carry their village begin, they carry their own begin them, carry and now go jam for police. They say now amber them. They, okay, me when I go jam they kill them. They where the chief they will come now for they will come for replace depose all of them. When our villagers them they will already die. No man will come for stand for your back. In the days in the 90s, they will say for Shive we want go carry frundi. People that come up go from Tarikon, they talk say that helicopter will carry all of them because people be. Nothing I say Frundi for go. If Frundi don't carry people that time go sell them for La Republic, they kill them. They for carry that day to carry and go. If for even find say they for even carry that they go like but not even so.
Matter. You see, as we conclude this talk, my brother, watch I want me to just finalize the talk, but I talk for una people in Ambazonia where the watch say. We start this talk now for tell una say we already go. Be plane don't take off. In go land na vertical. Now we take a convoy, drive, climb up Mutengene, go reach for Bukwango. We State House they picking dance by half a day. Dance anyone with a dancer. You know if you go back, objective for you now can clear some of these scam with some people they do, and also for make a mona see the play will come out. No way, no day way we will go back. Now that's all for before. Watch it.
Yeah, thank you, Mr.
We just conclude.
I want to from Ambazonia say what we see am here. La Republic don't fail completely. It don't fail for everything we do and for inside Ambazonia. It don't take for inside war like in the year when war day in the year country they talk say the army they don't die or it call something they call and say reserve troops. Reserve troops now the fighting age group for inside the society where you get them. Yeah, reservists than that. Whether they back you up. If your army, they don't go, they don't be sufficient, they don't die. They you come to somebody, take those people and be capable for defend the country. Where if you defend now, you remove the you remove mommy, them move picking a woman the way they know so if you born again another generation. So you send the other one for before where if you fight. So the same thing where this discussion where it take place where the years say La Republic don't call some of us this our brothers that when I sell out, that were brethren when I sell out. He called them, and he called them saying that they reserve contractors. That contractors of La Republic, that sell out them, that bad legs them, that big bad legs, big box for inside Ambazonia, what we call them, so we brother them. They like big beans. They not still be useful, as you see them so. That's why when La Republic don't fail oil option them, he handed on tight. Now he can call these other reserve sellouts or contractors. He called him now all over, where they've been a pastors for Presbyterian Church, they've been a priest for Catholic Church, they've been a chiefs and for village or funds them. He don't call them out, or those naughty professors and permanent head damage them. He sent them for Canada, or those fake doctors where they wear the doctor flag them for their body where they not be doctor. He sent them for Canada, say they go now. They tell us said that they negotiate. There was nothing. Nothing, not the Canada. Yeah, I will still repeat this one for now. Cho Ayaba a gang with the act of the cry say, hey, nothing not be there, they don't fool them. So nothing not be there, Capo they don't fool on a Capo Pamela. Yes, not true because they be hope says so even something they be there for top table. But they be check that they go for federation. They be check that they go for something. But they lie. La Republic not federate with anybody. We don't see where Satan give a top position. Satan don't ever give a top position out because Naive be the only chief Satan. Satan no get duplicate. Satan no get assistants. Satan get na disciples. So na the same thing way La Republic they do. The only way do he employ somebody like Celine Dion, John Gute. Now going to take a telephone. He don't call all that sub Satans them. That sell out of a we. That people they don't even get head. They never believe for their own self, so they feel govern themselves one day. Because if you believe for yourself, with the situation where La Republic and Janga Republic go through, if you understand, say you don't lose 50,000 of you villages that don't scatter, more than 450 villages where they don't burn them down. Then you get your brother the more than 2.5 million where they don't scatter, or 3 million don't scatter. You don't even know who's there for the world. Then today you stand so you negotiate, say make peace come, and you go shidon you also. One, you don't even first get road for your place. You don't get hospital. You don't get anything at all where they talk. Your population don't lost education for 6 years so they fight war. 80% never go school. You know, they take all those things into consideration. Now you come where you yourself not even get any experience on negotiation. If you don't even negotiate, you don't even negotiate even for Jange house. You never negotiate even for church. You never negotiate even for family where marriage don't scatter. But you say you want to go for Canada for go negotiate. I see them, they put a small banner for their neck. They see the whole small briefcase. You don't know anything. You don't let me. You empty head. You go Canada, say you go negotiate weighty. Now you don't discover, say La Republic don't talk, say all that you talk a lie because you know they for anything. La Republic understand that one thing.
Even gong we no sabi talk drama self to talk say in come up Canada.
No one, if you will walk past me for yourself, then they. I tell you, say even gong doc where it no say it is still respect in master. Gong doc will respect a master. You know, you go move it tail for your last. Other people they go Canada, they don't send their tail between their legs them. They don't run, can she don't quiet. Ask that your brother where they go Canada when I know them. Call them out, fish them out. But they can't tell you which way they go do for Canada. But they don't hide. They don't say they don't go sell away for one unity Cameroon. And they still take banner for blue flag. Can she don't for blue flag for inside their own sacred house, Gumba house on that TV. They tell una say they be there for una. They never ever there for una. Everything don't fail while they tell una so. These contractors, these sell out where they don't sell una. They don't sell una, they tell you so for 1 cup rice. Imagine say you lost all your picking inside family. You lost your master, then burn your house. You lost your village. Then you should have for under tree. Some man take 1 cup rice. He take 1 sabon. He can't give you say another conclusion for Canada. We don't go back for peace or Yaoundé. Just take and say your destiny and say you not get road for your life. Don't take and say your destiny made you cook na mololo. Even mololo self. If they stop this one for you, for can't get mololo. You know, go get them. You fight away, you don't pick that thing. The suffer where you suffer. You know, go even get changshu for your food. If them bribe you with that money, because that money they take and give them. That bad money where they don't take and go for that place where they don't build a pub there, head there for your own. That's coin where it be taboo. They take another, they sell them for any fighter. Where you touch that money, your head is turned and full. Because now the same thing where I talk so, you get their own picking the way on a fool. So when you touch that money, you two will turn for be fool, the poor behind.
You turn a mongo.
And when I say, fight for your nation, stand. This is the last moment where we talk now. Because we did see that light for the end of the tunnel. And we don't want to say, more come on. We want tomorrow say, you where you don't fight, more na day. We diaspora, we know they can't want this so they can't take Boya. Now you go stand for Boya. Now you go shit down for that grandstand. So member no lie you. Now your country, now you go take up. You go get that equal right for being president, for stand. Even you be president when you talking a pigeon. If it means that when you talk that pidgin, you get that right. Because education, they will talk pidgin for that country. So not talk say some book people that we can't take over. No, we don't lost 6 years where pidgin and not go school. So we'll consider one at the fight. First, talk your pidgin, you'll get your secretary way if you the right day. Because the national one. And I thank you. I thank when I say when I don't listen for. I thank when I say we'll put on for next week. But more now hold I'm tight.
Thank you very much, brother.
No, na leader when I get a sugarcane leader them, not be leader. So when I believe for we diaspora will tell when I define him because they don't mean any good for you. Now La Republic contractors them. If you see any man with hold fire, NGO, it come for your quarter. You be mommy, may you take a choose who get plenty pepper, throw for your eye. I don't talk my own finish.
And the good thing we even if that talk we talking that fuck way, it shows it is so not be deceived by anyone in this country as we you never ground be on you and you get 30 seconds. Round a mogo. You and bro already will be there over the look away. If you don't make now why you go. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Watch for this discussion. We'll talk. Ambazonia people, thank you now. We don't get a beautiful time together. And I think say not to fine like this talk today. We don't talk for enough time. As you will see the reason why and how these people want to take we go now for Yaoundé. So we think say the best way for handle such a situation or for debunk them. Never come back and tell the truth. Not be me I talk. It shows the truth. Not the free people pass truth for this outside. And the good thing I say, not only the truth we don't get them, it will make a more advance for whatever we will do. I go left when I'm gonna go sleep. So that when I do another things I wanna go do, and we'll come back tomorrow. We're undaunted. And I hope for get some defense officials and tomorrow for undaunted. We can't give we up. So I hope. Now we draft don't get for level way day. We'll have a recovery phase. Year they can't end. Wait till they happen. Find to read and they will take place. Find things and they happen. They can't tell una some of these things. Tell una what you wanna do for help the process or the procedure for down. For make sure so this way grammar people call and say with defense apparatus. Me the worker and a very, very fine. So on a good night. Now on a brother, the king. Son, we they call you say the king. Good night.
All right. May we share the grace.
May the grace of the Lord be with you in all that you do.
Rocktown in the building.
Rocktown in the building. Rich boy on the beach. Ay, 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 ay. Thunder. Ha. Hey, boo, babe. May the grace
of our Lord be with you in all that you do.
Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
With all that's been,
Na, 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 na.
your labor will not be vain.
His mighty hands is upon you, and there is nothing
that you cannot achieve.
Amen, amen, oh. Amen, oh. Amen, amen, oh. Amen, oh. Amen, amen. Listen, listen. Let I go follow you. It's all about it. Let I go follow you. Don't go back. Let I go follow you. If you believe, let I go follow you. Na, 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 na. Yeah, 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 yeah. Amen, amen. Carico. Yano berekete, money kill a fe. We no go down grade. Up, you go. Fly so high like an eagle. Jehovah controller. Amen. Amen, amen, amen. Oh yeah. You shall not die but live long life. I pray for you. Amen, amen, amen. Amen, amen, amen. Oh yeah. Then go to try, then go to feel. You go to go, you go to come. Now the grace of God they carry you go. Hey, the grace of God. Be with you in all that you do. You are success. Your labor will not be in vain. His mighty hand, and there is nothing. Amen, amen, oh. Amen, oh. Amen, amen, oh. Amen, oh. Amen, oh. Listen, listen, listen. Let I go follow you. It's all about it. Let I go follow you. No matter. Let I go follow you. If you believe, let I go follow you. Na na na. Yeah, 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 yeah. Amen, amen. Carry go, carry go. Iyano berekete. Molecular,